evening, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here tonight with my good buddies, Lance Winter from the Great White North, and my good old buddy Jason. How's it going, fellas?
Go ahead, Lance.
You there, Lance?
I'm good.
Hey there, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good?
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I had it on mute.
Damn technology.
Yeah.
He was so far up in the Great White North, it took him a while to get back.
Yeah, that 3-hour delay.
That would be weird to me, like the 3-hour delay thing. You like when you watch Raw, it's done at like what, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, around 9, starts at 5. No, it's over around 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so when he watches WrestleMania, he's not ending it the next day like we do.
Yeah, no.
Although the Royal Rumble for me tomorrow is at 9 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's tomorrow too. I'm forgetting everything.
I'm gonna miss like a big chunk of that.
Oh, well, at least it's on the network. You can watch it whenever you want. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Funny story, my kid, I told him I was going to pick him up off the bus stop tomorrow, and he thought I said I was picking him up out of school early so he could watch the Royal Rumble.
That's weird how he figured I thought that, eh?
I was like, no!
Hey, it was a good try.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but no.
Yeah, we hear what we want, according to him.
Yeah, apparently. All right, let's see here. The 2018 NFL Draft. I can't remember a draft in recent memory that has been so, I guess, like, you know how you usually say, this guy's the definite number one, or this guy's the definite number two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's flip-flopped all week, hasn't it? Crazy.
Yeah. It's, I mean, I love it. Like this, like I was going through all my stuff before and looking at like I think I looked at like 12 mock drafts in the last 2 hours just to see like if there was a definite like, consensus number one guy. And it seems like you have like Darnold and Mayfield, and I mean, a few guys had Barkley going one. I think he's kind of fallen back a little bit now because I think they're pretty much set that Cleveland wants the franchise quarterback, but it's still, there's no Goff and Wentz 1-2 guarantee here, in my opinion.
Yeah, I checked out a couple drafts too, and like you said, every one of them, all the top 10 are different. That's crazy. And
the other interesting thing, because I have on the NFL Network, Ian Rappaport was just saying he thinks that I think it was Denver. He said is going to move up from 5 to 2.
Is that what's going to happen? Because I had Denver moving out of 5 down.
I swore that's what he said.
Well, I mean, he knows more than me.
Yeah, that seems
look
odd.
on his Twitter and make sure I heard it right.
Yeah, actually, you just had a good idea. Let me open up Twitter.
It's like, who would they be going for? It's like, because they got Case Keenum, although he's not really a. It's like
maybe.
That's what he's saying. The quarterback could be the target.
I thought maybe they would go for Barkley because they don't have a definite number one running back, I don't think, because they just cut C.J. Anderson.
Yep.
So who is their runner right now?
And in Denver, they love their running backs.
Yeah.
I thought for sure the Giants would want, because they don't have a running back either. And,
no, they don't.
I definitely wouldn't mind them not being picked by the Giants.
I don't want to see them there.
Yeah.
Because, if I remember, is it Paul Jenkins or something like that for the Giants? He had like surgery on his shoulder. He's going to be out for a while.
Yeah, I think you got the name right. I remember he didn't have a great year though, did he? Because they didn't run the ball at all last year.
No.
Well, they were behind all the time, weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, and their line's terrible.
Yeah, I mean they had the Eagles beat in that one game. If they could have ran the ball a little bit, they would have won that football game. But
the one up in the Meadowlands.
Yeah, the one where I think they were up 21-3, was it?
Yes.
For a minute.
It was the Foles game.
Yeah, it was Foles' first start. they couldn't move the ball. I think they ended up rushing for like, what was it, like 16 yards or something. I just want to throw out there. And so I like Barkley just seems like the guy for the Giants. And if they trade out of that pick, to me, it seems like they're trading out of a sure bet star running back.
I agree.
Big time. I would. If I was Cleveland, I'd pick him one.
If they're trading out of that, they better get like a king's ransom. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree. I agree with both of what you guys just said. I agree with Lance 100%. I think Cleveland should take him 1, and I think Cleveland should take Quentin Nelson 4, build the line, build the running back, and get the quarterback later because they have Tyrod Taylor he's probably has 2 or 3 decent years to build the team around, you know? And
I've been saying the exact same thing, Barkley and that lineman.
Yeah,
Nelson.
Nelson, I saw him for 3+ years or whatever at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
He's the best lineman in this draft. He may be the actual second or third best player in this draft. I think it's Barkley and him are the 2 biggest bets that you could make right now in this draft.
I was going to say that, and Taylor doesn't turn the ball over.
Yeah, he's a manager.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor, he doesn't really turn it over a lot.
Cleveland could still get a quarterback at 4 anyways after they draft Barkley.
Yeah.
Well, and you know this, even, quarterbacks in the first round, it's 50-50 at best that you're going to hit on one.
Especially if you're going to Cleveland.
Yeah. Great point. Their percentage,
Yeah, hang on one second, guys. Adam just messaged me, so I'm gonna get him in on this call.
All right. Well, let me ask Lance a question real quick while you're doing that. Who are your do you I have 3 or 4 favorite players I have in this draft written down. Who are your favorite players in this draft right now? Not saying because I know you're a Cowboys fan, not guys that you want the Cowboys to draft, but who do you think are the best guys that you look at and you see is man, if a team gets this guy, they're winning their draft, Well,
I definitely Barkley and that Nelson.
Yeah.
And Chubb, I guess, is probably the 3 I would pick.
Chubb, okay. So
I
you
think
got
Chubb
2 out of 3 of mine.
is going to be really good.
That's I like him. Yeah.
All right, hang on one second, fellas.
Just so many quarterbacks out there too, and that it's just like Joey was saying, hit and miss. I think that Barkley running back, he's going to be Ezekiel Elliott plus.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's more athletic than Elliott, and because he can return kicks and whatnot. And I think you're nailing it there. I think he's going to be the best to come out since Elliott, and he's the sure bet like Elliott.
You don't know if you get a running game going. That's hard to stop a team that got a running game going.
No, I agree. Hey, Adam, are you there?
Yep, I think so. Do you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
We're just sitting here on Countdown waiting for the draft.
Yeah, I just turned the TV on. I was taking a nap, and I'm not entirely with it, but what else is new?
I had a nap earlier myself.
Yeah, I was running around, and I said, "This is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to be completely ready when 20 minutes before the show comes on," and it didn't happen. But
sometimes those 10-minute naps turn into 3 hours.
Yeah. I'm getting close to the age where I can let those go. Well, if he falls asleep, just let him go.
Are we all going to be on the NFL Network, or are we watching on Fox, or is it going to be the same coverage?
Yeah, I'm on the NFL Network.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll do NFL. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to play it up here on for me. A lot of times they black it out.
Really?
Well, because they want you to watch the Fox channel, right?
I mean, you can switch whatever you need.
No, I think it would probably be the same.
Well, down here,
guys.
I don't know if you saw it. FS1 is having the draft too. It's synced, I think, with the NFL Network.
Right on.
Let's take.
I don't know.
I just got to say also to Jason and Joey there, congratulations on your Eagles winning.
Yeah, hell finally froze over.
Yeah, you guys been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
Jason went to the parade.
Yeah, I seen that on the Facebook there. That must have been pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very it was like a surreal day, you know what I mean? Like you never expect it. Being an Eagles fan, we couldn't expect it because it's never happened. So you don't know what to expect at all. And it was a fun, like it was a nice day. It was almost like a monkey off your back kind of day too. It was like, yeah, it finally happened, you know, all those years of cheering for him. And then now it's just like it's still, they can't take it from them, but it's like, yeah, well, let's start looking at next year because the team is still good, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think any of us had them picked to win the Super Bowl, that's for sure. I'm sure you guys were hoping for them.
Yeah.
But in your mind, it was, I don't think you guys, but I think they're odds-on favorites now. They stacked with everything.
Yeah, they're still pretty, you know, loaded up with the talent that won the Super Bowl. And the great thing about them is they're not like with Peterson and those guys that are in charge, they don't seem to be interested in adding anybody who could, you know, rock the boat or anything. Like they're very non-egotistical players. They're very good together in the locker room, on the field, on the practice field, off the field, everything. Those guys are just, you know, and I think that played a huge part in them going all the way because each of them played for each other.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that too. Yeah, I was just going to say, I thought it was pretty telling that they didn't have that offensive diva, so to speak.
The Chip Kelly reign was over.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of those high-profile, particularly receivers, you know, a lot of them are sitting home come playoff time, much less getting to the Super Bowl.
That's true. Like you never really see a superstar receiver really get there that much anymore.
Yeah, and as often as not, I mean, granted, running backs are getting devalued a little bit, fairly or unfairly, but even a lot of the, you know, better running backs in recent years haven't made it all the way to the promised land. So there's definitely something to be said for depth, consistency, chemistry, and, you know, all those other things, you know, aside from just that raw, flashy, you know, top 10 highlight reel type talent that, you know, might get people watching on television. It might draw people to the game in the first place. But now, as far as winning, I'm very skeptical about front loading a team too much with that one guy or those two guys, you know, that are too needy emotionally.
Yeah. That's why, to me, the team that I'm intrigued about is the Rams, because they have a lot of super like heavy personalities they brought onto that team.
Oh yeah, they're going to need a heist. They're going to need a house psychoanalyst over there.
I agree.
They're totally. Yeah.
Another thing to throw on that you know you're talking about, like that big stud superstar type of player. I think a lot of the reason also you don't see it, and I think Dez Bryant is a big point, is the salary cap. I think has started to prevent that because your quarterback seems to get that big money now, and then outside of him, you kind of have to just piece together the right roster.
Yep.
And when you have 14, 15, 16, 17 million dollars in a receiver, it becomes difficult. Like the Eagles have 14 million in Alshon Jeffrey, but after him, they don't have much. And I wouldn't even really call him a superstar. They may even be overpaying him a little bit. I don't know. That's, you know, I'm not a money guy, but the cap though has really caused to where, like, you see New England wins it, and they win it with 4 receivers that are making $4 million, $5 million, you know, instead of the $16 million one man.
Right. No, you're right.
Watch those cap hits, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's an ebb and flow to that kind of stuff. Like, I think everybody agrees that, like, okay, your quarterback, you just get one and get him paid because, he's like the centerpiece to the whole dinner table. But I think other than that, and you get your guys lined up in the trenches, and then you just fill your needs, and you get your depth, and you get your system that fits the players, and then you just go from there. You don't really necessarily need a guy that does backflip one-handed catches or, other things. And actually, when I was noticing when we were covering free agency, I was noticing that actually defensive players are starting to get a lot of money thrown at them now. So I'm wondering if there's going to be sort of a paradigm shift, away from receivers a little bit, because I've always felt receivers just get babied too much anyway.
This is funny. They bring out all the old Cowboys veterans, so
they're trying to not get Goodell booed, and he's still getting booed out of the building.
Can I mention one thing that I really want to see happen tonight? And this isn't a shot or anything. I really can't wait till they announce the Super Bowl champion Eagles pick in Dallas. That is going to be the loudest boos. Goodell, it will make Goodell's boos sound like, nothing compared. It'll just be
I think you were saying, Joe, you're thinking they're going to trade out that pick, so they might not even announce it.
Yeah.
See, me and him have differing opinions. I think they're going to trade up the Eagles. I think they're going to target a player at like 25 or 26 and go for him. What?
The one thing I kept seeing that they were mocked to a lot was the running back from Georgia.
Sonny Michel.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name.
I think they pronounce it Michelle, but yeah. I saw a couple mocks going that way as well. I know you don't like him, Joey, because of the injury issue.
Yeah, they said he's got like a similar issue to what Jay Ajayi has with his knees.
Well, not good if you're a running back.
Oh, Aikman's throwing balls in the crowd.
Oh, interception.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
No, that would be Romo.
Testaverde.
Yeah, at least Aikman got us some Super Bowls. Been a while, but
that's funny.
Staubach threw his to a Steelers fan. Didn't he beat the Steelers a couple times for a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He played them more than once, I think, and I think he beat them at least. No, I don't think he did actually beat them.
No, I think the Steelers beat them all the time.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's when
Steelers
they won
never lost the Super Bowl until the Packers, right?
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, you're right. No, they lost to Dallas in Super Bowl 30. The Neil O'Donnell.
The O'Donnell, the Larry Brown. Yeah.
Adam has nightmares with that because then his Raiders went and paid Larry Brown a ton of money.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
to never set foot on a football field again. You mean?
2 interceptions got him $1 trillion.
The Steelers beat the Cowboys twice in the Super Bowl, 1976 and 1979. So they did get them twice before.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
That's when I was a Steeler fan. So
you couldn't not respect them back then. I'll tell you that.
I was a little kid, so I liked Mean Joe Green.
Yeah, it's okay.
We can
had to switch out of Pittsburgh. Half everybody I knew was a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, so I'm like, that's it. I'm done. And I went with Dallas, and they won, so I had to stick with them forever.
All right, who do you guys think is going to go number one? I keep hearing a lot about Baker Mayfield.
Excuse me.
I think so too.
Go ahead,
now, what people are saying. But
I'm going with Sam Darnold. I think he's the better quarterback out of the two. I think Mayfield. This is just my opinion. I think Mayfield I'm going to say this. I would hope they take Darnold number one, but the Browns analytics would point toward Baker Mayfield going number one. And
I just don't get it. But
I predict they're going to take Darnold, but what I'm predicting them doing and what the best thing to do is two entirely different conversations.
Maybe they'll trick us all.
I've told Joey this for months now, I think. I think it's you I told this. I don't know. You'll tell me when I tell you. I think Mayfield is going to be Johnny Manziel 2.0, in my opinion. If they take him, I think they're going to have character issues with him. I don't really like him as a person, which is hard because I don't know him. I only know what I see on TV, and I'm not a big fan of the way he kind of acts on the field. You know, he's cocky, and kids his size coming out of college tend to get into the NFL, and they get punched in the face by the big guys, and they don't rebound. And I think that's Mayfield's future, in my opinion.
There's one thing being cocky, then there's one thing just being a fucking jerk. You know,
there's a fine line.
Yeah, and he looks like a jerk. And me and Joey both have a friend on Facebook, Robbie, and he's an Oklahoma. I think it's Oklahoma, right?
Yeah,
Joey?
Oklahoma.
He's a diehard. He doesn't even watch NFL. He just watches the college, and he don't even like him. So,
well, that's telling right there.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but I have this thing with how some of these guys are gauged so entirely on personality, particularly as how it pertains to how they answer questions coming from GMs and other team management, if you will. I think it gets blown out of proportion a little bit because I happen to think, I'm sure that a lot of very good football players are jerks as human beings, or maybe obnoxious, or maybe they double park, or maybe they're more about themselves than we think they are. They're not as altruistic as we might think. But I do agree that I do see a lot of Manziel, other than the fact that I think he wants it more than Manziel. I think he's got a much stronger desire to be good.
You know what?
I don't even think Manziel was sure if he wanted to be a football player at that point. And I think that's where the substance abuse kind of fed into that. It was a vicious cycle. I think Mayfield knows he wants to win. I think he knows he wants to be very good. That could be a saving grace because he might be willing to watch film. He might be willing to listen to coaches, might be willing to show up on time. But other than that, I tend to somewhat agree with you. See, I think Rosen, for me, it's just Rosen. I know all the stuff they said about his personality. Oh, he played tennis. Oh, he's obnoxious. Oh, he didn't answer the questions right. Oh, he gets bored too easy. I don't care. He's the best to me. He's so far better than the other guys that could all be true. Double down, and he's still the best quarterback in the draft. See, and I think a lucky team's going to get him as about the third or fourth quarterback, and I think that he's the only guy that could probably go out there week one and play immediately for somebody. So I'm really curious to see who's actually going to get him.
I agree with you on the Mayfield point, being that, you know, he had a different upbringing than Manziel, so maybe he would be different than Manziel, because Manziel had it handed to him from childhood.
From Jump Street.
Mayfield has fought and scrapped and really earned it and wanted it. So I agree with what you say there with the differences between the two. But the best quarterback, honestly, I'm going to throw this guy out there to you, and I think this guy's going to end up being – he might not be the best in the draft. I think Josh Allen is going to be better than everybody but maybe Rosen in this draft, and they may be about the same talent-wise. I love him.
That's possible. I mean, I think next to nothing of Darnold. I think at best he's Carson Palmer, and at worst he's, I don't know, like a train full of liquid nitrogen crashing into a spaceship full of
Matt Leinart,
TNT. Yeah, the hot tub guy. Yeah. So I really don't have much faith in Darnold being much of anything. That's just my assessment. I hope he does great. Maybe I'm entirely wrong. We know what I think about Mayfield. So, yeah, I'm willing to put Allen out there. But I also think there are other guys with bigger upsides that are pretty fascinating as well. And Lamar Jackson has certainly gotten more intriguing to me as this pre-draft analysis has kind of heated up. I know that. What do you guys think about him?
I heard the Patriots are in love with him.
Gave him a private workout.
Yeah, grooming pick right there. Bill Belichick, yeah. You know, he can mold a guy, man.
Brady's not getting any younger, that's for sure.
Yep.
That's true.
I think the Saints really like him too.
I've even heard him mentioned in association with Pittsburgh and also Baltimore.
Two other teams that I could definitely see because they could give him a year, maybe a year plus of learning behind. I mean, Flacco's a good quarterback. I don't think he physically has it much anymore. Right. Roethlisberger, obviously, you know, they're both Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Brady's a
True.
Super Bowl winning quarterback. Breeze is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's got 4
Right.
landing spots there that could.
Yeah.
Just sit under the learning tree.
My thing with
and
Jackson,
come to a good team.
Yeah.
my thing with Jackson is I'm very interested to see when he takes an NFL field and he gets hit, because he's not a very big guy, and I
Right.
want to see how his body can react to, 300+ pound, NFL gym workout guys. Because in college, they're athletes. In the NFL, a lot of them, though, almost all of them are men athletes, and there can be a line there, and I like to see how the transition is for when a guy like him gets hit, because he is a little thin.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 205.
Yeah, he's
Right.
6'2". He's not 6'3". don't let them.
He's listed. He's listed at 6'3". We all know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'2".
Yeah. If they
Got some
list him
real
at
big
6'3",
cleats on.
yeah. If he were really
Solid.
6'3", they'd be listing him at 6'4", right?
Yeah,
But
That's
yeah,
how
I
it is.
agree with you. Yeah, but you're right. It's like, to borrow a bodybuilding term, these defensive players in the NFL, they're freaks. They're
They are.
bigger. They're faster. They're also hitting
Yep.
you with more velocity. And when you get crunched down on that field and all that weight is kind of like reverberating back up, it's like you're getting hit by 350 pounds twice. So yeah,
Yep.
it is. And that's kind of like a one and done type of thing. It's like all that needs to happen is a couple times, and you immediately know if the guy can hang or not.
yeah.
These stats they keep playing on the bottom about Cleveland. Oh my God,
Sad.
they're horribly sad,
I know.
aren't they?
I know, it really is.
Here we
Because
Here
then-
we go. Roger Goodell coming up with the selection
Who do
for
you
the
guys have?
Browns.
What do you guys have, real quick?
I think he's
I-
going to take Darnold.
I'll go
I got
Darnold.
Darnold.
Yeah, me
Okay,
too.
so we're all in agreement. So let me write that down. We all picked Darnold.
No, wow, the Browns take
No,
Baker
is.
Mayfield, number 1.
Oh man.
And the Jets have had the rug yanked out from under them yet again.
Well, they'll get Donald, I guess, or
They-
one of the other
Rosen.
guys.
I think
That's
they're going
true, but they-
Rosen.
Well, that might actually be their happy accident, but they courted the hell out of Baker Mayfield. That's,
Yeah,
that's
the
almost
Browns
kinda,
might have did him a favor.
if they
Crazy
if they
how
take,
far this guy has risen in the week.
it is amazing, isn't it?
I know,
It's
because
fast- it is
remember,
fascinating.
like, within the last 6 weeks, he was what? Maybe a top 10, top 15 pick, Baker Mayfield?
I had some
Um,
people thinking he wasn't even going to make the first round.
Yeah.
A lot of guys were saying.
Going back a month, I had him like 12 to 20, to be honest with you. And I still, I don't know. I don't like the guy, but bias aside, I hope Cleveland finally hits a home run. I want Cleveland to succeed, but
I wonder,
Oh.
who might be licking his chops right now? Tyrod Taylor. He's like, yes, I'm in.
Now,
like, I
here's
am
the
the guy.
interesting thing with this pick. If the Giants take this pick, if I remember correctly, Jason, you would know more than the other guys. Didn't they covet Darnold, the Giants?
yes, the Giants going back, I think even into late season when the Eli benching and stuff started, Darnold was the guy that they really, really liked. They love him. I think they pretty much. I almost think they started tanking to get him with number 1 if they could, or number 2. That's my opinion, because when they benched Eli, I think they kind of had some
Ulterior
dirty
motives.
some ulterior motives and some dirty stuff going on there.
Well, and
I mean,
I'm sure once Eli was benched, we all said that's it for him.
yeah,
That's
I
probably his
thought.
last game.
I
But
mean,
I
would've-
can't see it now.
he got
Did
a
you
GM and a
see
coach
the
that likes him.
tweet DeMarcus Lawrence put out about Eli?
Yeah, he loves Eli. He hopes he stays with the
I
Giants.
like
yes.
Eli. Keep Eli. Yeah, hashtag keep
Yeah.
Eli.
Yeah, and it shows where he
Yes.
sacked him.
He doesn't have to chase him. Of course, he wants him to stay around. He's like he's like a tackling dummy.
Yep. It's like trying to chase down the Statue of Liberty. It's easy when it don't move, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All you
exactly.
got to do is climb it.
Just grab it and wrestle it down to the ground.
Yeah. But man,
I never would have expected, like Lance said, how this Baker Mayfield rose to being the top pick in like a week.
There's always one guy, man.
Very early on, I seem to remember, and it wasn't just the 4 quarterbacks, because very, very, very early, it was 5. They kind of had Jackson lumped in with the other 4, and it was almost like Mayfield and Jackson were interchangeable at 4 and 5. That's how low he kind of started off.
You know what gets me with Mayfield? When you watch these highlights, it looks like Julian Edelman is playing quarterback because he's a small guy. Look at how small this guy is.
I know.
You're gonna, like you said, dude, you're gonna see what he's made of when he gets smashed by somebody.
Yeah, because we're not talking Drew Brees small either. We're talking small.
Well, he's in Cleveland,
let me put it to you this way. The Wikipedia and Oklahoma's site says he's 6'1", 209, so that can't be possible.
He's 6 foot tall.
Him up.
Yeah, he's 6 foot tall.
I was going to say he had, because they always usually are off about an inch or so.
Yeah, he's definitely the guy is just. I mean,
oh God,
like
they're comparing him to Jeff Garcia.
That's not good.
That's a terrible comparison.
Runs, but
Jeff Garcia was great in the CFL.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
but that's a quarterback running league.
But how would
you don't want him
translate...
as your number 1 pick?
Yeah, I was just going to say, how does Jeff Garcia translate as the overall number 1 pick in the NFL draft? Not very well.
Here's a couple things. I mean, we're like piling on Mayfield. Maybe rightfully so. I mean,
I kind of feel bad.
Here's a couple things I will say about him. He has a very nice, quick release of the ball. I noticed that he gets the ball out very quickly. Yep. He's mobile, so maybe he can run for his life a little bit and get away.
Here we go. Right, the Giants are making their selection.
I think Chubb, maybe. Chubb?
It's got to be Barkley.
Yeah, Barkley. It's got to be.
Draft him and trade him.
The Giants take Saquon Barkley, which I did not want them to do.
No, nobody in the NFC East wanted that.
Yeah, that's going to wreak some havoc.
But honestly, out of all the picks, that's probably the safest pick.
Well, I will point this out. In the NFC East, I mean, your number 1 running defense is in that division right now, so I'm not worried about the Elliott and the Barkley.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Giants are okay at quarterback right now.
And they're still the Giants.
Well, they're rebuilding, basically.
What's his offensive line going to be?
Non-existent, because Eric Flowers is getting shipped out probably this weekend. He doesn't have a line. He's going to come into the NFL next year, and he's going to run behind Swiss cheese.
Actually, you're right. And I think the Giants are now absolutely going to have to take 2 linemen in like the next 3.
Didn't the Giants way overpay the guy from New England?
Yes, they did. Remember all that guaranteed money they gave him?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought, yeah. And I know Flowers has been a bust.
Sold her a fortune. From New England, I think, yeah.
What's Buffalo's first pick? Is 5?
4. No. 4 is Cleveland again. Yeah, Buffalo's 12.
Okay.
They're projecting.
They have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, you're cutting out real bad on me. I don't know if it's for everybody else.
Okay, let me see.
Now you're good. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good now.
It's just jostling around nervously too much, yeah.
Well, because he's nervous for the Raiders pick.
Oh, Raiders are in a great spot, man.
I just don't want him to take Minkah Fitzpatrick. Other than that, I'm fine.
Let me see who I had the Raiders taking on my mock, even though I'm probably going to
I saw them take it was a lineman.
Yeah, they.
I got the Raiders taking Mike McGlinchey to tackle from Notre Dame. That's who I have them taking.
Yeah, I got
too
that
late,
too.
Too late mocks have them taking offensive linemen, because that's usually a sudden shift like that means that's what's happening.
Yeah,
I figured they would because of the Donald Penn injury.
That and the fact that you cable me, I cable you really wants an athletic lineman.
That's true too.
I think that Gruden's going to appease him so he doesn't punch him in the face. But no, all kidding aside, I think that the other thing too is the possibility that as the draft has evolved, a lot of people see the two linebackers being gone by the time 10 comes around. that could play into it as well.
Yeah, they're pretty hot, aren't they, this year? Those linemen.
Yeah, Smith
The
and
linebackers.
Smith and the guy from Virginia Tech, they just keep getting hotter and hotter. And early on, they were both kind of going to be right around there, but now a lot of people have them going sooner, so that could have caused the shift in their selection as well.
Agreed.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are getting a wide receiver. It's just which one. It's
I don't think they have to be married to that, though, Lance. What do you think? I mean, would you be mad if they didn't take one?
well, it's either that or a defensive end or defensive lineman. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I don't think they could really screw up this year because they need either a wide receiver, a cornerback, or a defensive lineman, and there should be a couple good ones of each there. So
I have 2 picks for the Cowboys. I have them taking either Cortland Sutton, the wide receiver from SMU, or I have them taking Harold Landry, the edge rusher, defensive end from Boston College. They're my 2 because I like to put in 2 for each team usually, especially
Kid from
later.
SMU, if they got him, that they would love him.
He has
Yeah.
great hands.
And I've heard the Cowboys are pretty hot on that Cortland Sutherland guy. Although I like that DJ Moore, is that his name?
Yeah, DJ Moore from
If he's around.
Maryland.
Yeah, if he's there. Because he's a big, tall dude. I always like big,
It's
tall
good. It's good run
receivers.
after the catch guy. Yeah.
Yes, he's going up too, and he's very coachable too. He's like a younger, like a molded guy, like we were talking about with Jackson with New England and stuff.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy I think that you could put. You're probably not going to get great football out of him for 2 or 3 years, but I think when it starts to really come from him, it's going to be like, wake up one day and he's just going to be a star.
Yeah, like when he gets
after-
it, it's like boom.
Yeah, that's my opinion on him.
Yeah.
Now here's at 3 with the Jets. What are they going to do now?
They're sitting around the table playing Russian roulette right now because of Baker
Trade it.
Mayfield.
Trade
Yeah, I
it.
think
Deer
they
hunter.
I think they might want to trade it since the guy they wanted is gone. But if not, they're probably going to have to go with Donald, right?
Trade
I
it.
think.
They want it. They want a quarterback. I know that.
Buffalo.
They could trade down a bit and still get a quarterback and get some
That's
more
true.
picks.
Yeah,
So it's definitely a quarterback-rich draft, isn't it?
it is.
So
Yeah, you could conceivably have 5 quarterbacks go in the first round.
Here's an interesting thing I want to ask you guys about. All right, the Colts
5 or
are sitting
6.
at 6. The Colts are
Right.
sitting at 6, right?
Mhm.
What is the future right now of Andrew Luck?
Yeah, nobody knows.
well, they got the guy from New England, right? That they
Yeah, that guy. Oh, the pick's in. The Jets made their pick.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they got him
yeah.
just in case. Because people offered them like second-round picks for him, and they said no. So
That's very telling.
I'm about to say, so they must know something that we don't.
I think
'cause-
yeah.
Because Luck still hasn't thrown a football.
he's throwing one of those little balls. They're saying a little tiny football that he throws around.
Yeah, the one Shane has in his toy box at the
Yeah.
house.
Little pocket Nerf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Luck will play catch with your son.
And still throw an interception.
Yeah.
But he's just been hurt, and once you hurt your shoulder, especially
Well,
if you're
they haven't done him
quarterback.
any favors because they put like nothing around to protect him.
100% true.
All right, here we go. The commissioner's coming up with pick number 3 for the Jets.
I'm
You
thinking
got-
Donald.
I think
got
it's finally going
Darnold.
to be Darnold.
Probably. I think
Maybe.
Joe Namath still on the board.
Maybe a Chubb surprise right here. That sounded a little weird, but
There he goes. Jets take Sam Darnold.
Yep.
good pick.
So they
Oh,
swap.
Donald. I've been
They
calling him
swap.
Donald.
So the Jets aren't afraid of quarterbacks from USC. The dirty Sanchez didn't
Yeah.
throw the front ties.
Oh, forgot all about
I
that.
forgot about the butt
Yeah.
fumble guy.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be great.
Well, maybe Darnold can top him and be crotch fumble, just lose the ball down there and it falls on the ground.
Yeah?
22 turnovers. They probably came from all orifices last year.
22 turnovers he had.
I believe 22 last year, 36 in the last 2 years. Yeah, he's a turnover
Ooh.
machine.
Now here is the question.
Mhm.
Cleveland has their quarterback. Do they
Right.
take Chubb or do they trade out with a team that really wants to jump up and grab Rosen or Allen
I would
or
take
one of those
Chubb
guys?
just for the simple
Chubb
fact
Jarrett.
you put
Chubb
him
Jarrett.
with Miles Garrett, and they could create
Right.
havoc for years.
That's true, but I mean, you don't need a great player across from Garrett when you have Garrett. So
That's true.
I might go
Depends on the
offensive line.
Offer.
Yeah, I was thinking Nelson because they need somebody to protect that new quarterback.
Well, yeah, that's very
Come on.
true.
Yeah, Joe Thomas is gone.
Maybe they'll pick
Nelson's-
another quarterback.
Hold him
That
for
would-
ransom.
Yeah, Brian
Yeah.
Allen.
Is there any
or-
27-year-olds in this draft? They'll take him like they did Brandon Whedon.
Oh my
Ooh,
God! I
yeah.
just watched that. I watched a bunch of drafts they had on the NFL Network, and I'm like, oh my God, what are they doing?
Mike
Everybody
Mayock
was like-
showing all of this stuff you're talking about, Adam, with all the turnovers. He's got to
turnovers,
clean it
yeah.
up.
Adam
don't
was
show
on
us
that
good
one.
stuff.
Because of time limitations, we couldn't show all the turnovers.
That's
They
funny.
need to do like a you know how you get like those little montage videos and stuff real quick. Here's 27
Yeah.
turnovers in 26 seconds.
Yeah.
Take
Fumble,
pick,
fumble.
pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
We all know
God.
turnovers kill you. That'll lose you games every
Yeah.
Watch
time.
watch how this corner from Stanford jumped his route, and now watch this corner from Stanford jump his route 3 more times in the same game.
That's not a replay. Those are 4 different plays.
Yeah, it's the same throw every play. He's the McNabb of the USC, like in the Super Bowl when he threw the same pick to Rodney Harrison.
I
Yeah.
hear they're showing his good stuff though.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he's got a good arm, nice across his body there. That ball's that's a terrible throw. Ball was
They-
like lofted.
I am getting the NFL Network. I also got it on Fox, but they're like on a 30-second delay.
That's
So-
weird.
Well, that throw was 2 yards out of bounds.
That was a
There's
duck.
another one right to UCLA's
Yeah.
corner.
That last throw made UCLA's legendary bad defense look good. My God.
Like, dude, he's wearing a different shirt, different color. Maybe he's
Ooh.
colorblind. That was bad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're showing the school record for yards. Yards don't mean anything when you turn the ball over 25 times.
Yeah, true.
Because if you watch that there too, not only does he make bad throws, but he also holds the ball way too long and gets stripped.
Yep.
And that's a dangerous combination
And
for a quarterback.
Man, it's like the Jets could be having Mark Sanchez all over again.
He's got a lot to overcome. That's the best I can say is he needs to be worked with for a good while.
Can we also point something out and point out like the correlation between the two? Cleveland and the Jets take the first 2 quarterbacks in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland and the Jets have like the worst luck taking quarterbacks in the draft.
Yep.
That's why Cleveland and the Jets are picking at the top of this draft.
That's why we're getting the first 2 quarterbacks. Yeah, it's a self.
And,
it's a
and they were
vicious
just
cycle.
showing like all the USC quarterbacks that went in the first round in the last like decade, and it's like a who's who of mediocrity.
It really is, man.
Yeah, I watched
it's
the
a
show
system.
about the Jets and their drafting quarterbacks, and the only really good one they ever got was Joe Namath.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. That was before me.
Was there even a draft back then? Sorry.
I think so. Yeah, they just didn't
Yeah.
do anything about it. They just kind of phoned you up and said, "Hey, we drafted you."
That's
week later.
when that's when they held the draft in like a McDonald's lobby with 5-cent cheeseburger
Yeah,
specials and stuff.
basically.
So you just got like a telegram. Oh, I got drafted. I have to
Yeah.
pack. And it's-
Western
it's-
Union.
Oh, it came-
Yeah.
It came by Morse code. Beep 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 beep.
Yeah,
beep,
there you
beep,
go.
beep. Hey, I got it. I got it drafted.
You are a New York Jet. Oh, okay.
And then that's when they pull the or they call him up, and that's when they pull the what's that movie? Slapshot. The goalie, trade me right fucking now, and hangs up the phone.
Yeah.
Cleveland drafted me.
That's
Sorry about the F word. I
Oh,
apologize
you're
for that.
fine. It's just funny.
Do the Jets have Teddy Bridgewater now?
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah, Bridgewater's
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
1 year, $15 million deal.
Huh.
Oops. I just deleted the player off my draft board that hasn't been drafted. That was. So who have we had drafted so far? Mayfield, Barkley, and Darnold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And Cleveland's pick is in.
Okay, so Cleveland's picking again. It's got to be Chubb, right? If they're going with the best player in the draft right now,
Yeah,
it's
if
Chubb.
they're like you said, if it's best player, it's Chubb. However, I wouldn't be shocked if they took the offensive lineman because they need to replace Joe Thomas.
I love Quentin Nelson. I kind of want to see him in Denver because I
monster.
think that's the best fit for him would be Denver right now. They can protect that new quarterback they paid a lot of money for that's only going to be there for a year or two.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
here we go. So they picked Mayfield, which I think was a bad pick. They have to double down and make another bad pick here, right? So it's got to be like someone that should have been going like 12 or 14 that
Or
they're
you're
going
like,
to reach
who?
for.
A punter. The punter from Afghanistan or something.
They're going to
the
mess
type-
up. They're going to take Isaiah Wynn from Georgia. They're going to take the lineman, and it's going to be the wrong offensive lineman.
Oh,
They'll take
man.
tight end from Penn State.
I don't even know
Yeah.
who it is.
I would, if I were them, I'd pick the Nelson, but I think they're going to pick Chubb.
If they pick Chubb, things will line up nicely for the other teams. Let's see.
Yeah. Here comes Goodell.
I think Denver's trading that pick, by the way. If Chubb goes here or
Let's
Nelson.
see. Denzel Ward.
Oh wow, that's a bit of a shocker.
Cornerback.
I knew it. I told you they were going to reach.
Wow.
I'm stunned.
Ooh.
And the rest of the draft goes, oh yay!
And the Broncos say, thank you very much.
5 through 10 all just kind of got excited here.
They
Yeah.
could have traded down and got him. Oh.
You ever heard of the phrase "and the crowd goes mild"?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what just happened in Cleveland.
Well, if there's a player
everybody-
you want, you better get him when you can, I guess.
And everybody still gets. A lot of the teams are still going to get players that they were married to. I mean, nobody's. This is amazing.
Unbelievable.
Okay, here's my prediction I had written down. I'll send it to you in writing already. Arizona, I think is going to try to move up right now with Denver.
Mhm.
That's my
Well, yeah,
prediction.
because they said that they wanted one of the quarterbacks.
Or Buffalo. I
Yeah.
think Rosen is looking
Yeah.
pretty nice right now for
Oh,
Arizona and Buffalo.
Well, Buffalo has more stuff to offer with those two picks. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking
Well, you
Denver.
called it,
Denver-
Jason. Cleveland was going to do a Cleveland-like thing.
Cleveland rocks.
And then after Denver's Indy,
Yes.
and they're definitely going to pick Nelson if he's there.
I think let's imagine for a moment that Denver keeps that pick. I would say that they would take
A quarterback.
Nelson. You think so?
I'm not sold on them keeping, what's it, Keenum?
Yeah,
Oh,
Keenum.
not either, but I'm not either. But you know, these quarterbacks are depending on which. I mean, if they're really in love with one,
Well, they also
Allen.
gambled on the Paxton Lynch thing and got burned. So will they try
Yeah.
again?
But that was later, though. That was later. I think he
True.
wasn't nearly as good as any of these guys.
Right, and I
was
remember, dude, how much the scouts were in love with him at one point, and I'm like, I just don't see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cowboys tried to trade up for that pick and they didn't get it. Luckily, they didn't because
Yeah.
we got Dak.
Go ahead, Adam. Adam was about to say something. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no problem at all. I was going to say, Paxton Lynch. Something about him being 6'5". Everybody thought that meant he was going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, I
or
think that was
6'6", whatever it is. Yeah,
I think that was Denver's selling point when they made the pick, wasn't it?
yeah.
Well, they-
I-
Oh,
they
look
already-
how tall he is.
Well, they
Yeah.
had 6'7" Brock Osweiler too, didn't they? At the time, I'm not sure what the time.
Maybe they
was,
just-
but-
maybe they didn't want to lose too much, arm reach or something. It's not a boxing match, for God's sake. Yeah, I don't know.
and
but
they
I was
came
just
by the
thinking-
foot.
No, no, it reminds me of Jimmy Lynam trying to mitigate the Sean Bradley pick. He's got a great wingspan. You know, remember that?
Please don't remind me of that one.
Well, only if he wants to fly, it'd be a good point, I guess.
He just kept saying it until I guess he actually believed it. I don't know.
Well,
it was really funny.
In defense of the Sixers, the guy could wash windows really well at the practice facility. So,
when the ball gets stuck in the corner of the backboard, you know, you don't need the kid to come
doesn't
out
even have to jump.
Yeah,
wash the window, sir.
It's a good thing because he couldn't jump.
Yeah, that's probably how they rationalized it. But I was just going to say maybe this works out for the couple next teams because maybe this means Denver Nelson, the Colts Chubb, and then I know that the Bucks down the line they're in love with Derwin James. I think that was a pretty poorly kept secret.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? You think that's lining up fairly well for some other teams if these picks don't get traded out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think right now, like you're hitting at 7 through 10, they have to be ecstatic right now because their players are there. Like there's really actually I think it was Tampa wanted the guy that just went, right? Denzel Ward. No, they want James, right?
They're kind of married to James, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So that was like the worst kept secret in the NFL draft. Yeah.
I'm trying to find who wanted. Somebody really wanted Ward. It was the 49ers that wanted Denzel Ward. Right. Denver's pick is in.
Right. Okay.
It's got to be Quentin Nelson here. I think you let Chubb fall to Indy. Indy gets the guy they really want because I know they really like Chubb. And Denver can still get, in my opinion, maybe one of the top 3 best players in this draft, one of the sure bets of this draft in Quentin Nelson. You have a new quarterback that you want to protect who'd be great in your run game. They have Garrett Bowles on the side, the left tackle, who I think is going to be really good.
That's right.
It just fits.
Denver's defense is pretty stacked already, too, so.
Yeah, they did lose a few key players this offseason. They traded Talib. They lost a lineman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
A linebacker went to the Eagles. He was more of a special teams def guy, but he still, def helps win games. But
that's true.
We'll see. I think the logical thing right here to do is to draft Quentin Nelson and just be happy with your draft. Don't overthink it and let the rest of the chips fall and enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Well, either way, if they get Nelson or Chubb, it's win-win, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
let's see. Here we go.
Elway did take a lot of hits to the head, though, so we're about to see what happened there.
Oh yeah, he sure did, didn't he? This shameless liar. Case Keenum was my guy all along.
We are.
What if they still booed him even though they had a kid in a wheelchair?
I think they did boo him.
They weren't booing the kid. He knows that.
Yeah.
Is he announcing it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he's announcing it, the kid.
Yeah. I think they got to take Nelson. He's just too good of a
I agree with you.
Is this to create a buffer in case this is a terrible pick so that he'll throw stuff at the child in the wheelchair?
Push him down some stairs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Philadelphia fans would, or that's what people say, but,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, the Broncos take
They
Bradley
took
Chubb.
They went defense.
Defensive end from NC State. That's not a bad pick either.
No, he can't go wrong.
It's not.
It's not.
And then honestly, the Colts could probably take the lineman because they need line help too.
Oh, they need line.
Dear
help
God, is their
big time.
offensive line bad?
I think the coach should trade back right now. I think they can still get him at 10 now because I think your team's lining up behind them, want defense.
Yeah,
if they can
Tampa
get in
Bay,
9,
Chicago, San Fran.
If they can get in about 9 right now or 8, and
depends
or maybe,
who desperately wants to get up.
I think the Raiders, maybe the Raiders move up here. Adam, would they possibly do that to get Nelson instead of McGlinchey?
I don't particularly think so, but it's an interesting proposition. I don't particularly think so because I kind of think Gruden's War Room probably has 2 or 3 different options mapped out, unlike some teams. I would imagine Gruden's War Room's got a number of different paths that they could take and be happy with it. So I don't really see them trading up here. I see them trading up with some of their later picks, but not this one. How much would the Colts defense change though if they took one of those stud linebackers though, just in the snap of a finger? Wouldn't
Like
that
a
be
Roquan Smith, Roquan
Yeah,
Smith.
the dude from Georgia.
Yeah. I mean, how much would that just like instantly like, whoa, hey, you know?
Yeah, but they need to get their offense going. You've got to score some points to at least win. You got to score at least 3 to win. And
well, they
Luck
have
is
that
getting
young center.
killed, and
Yeah, a good guard or tackle next to that young center they have would be appealing.
How about this? You think maybe the Colts just throw a huge swerve right here, and they take the safety Derwin James, and then Tampa is left like and basically in the dark because I
Or they
know
could take
Tampa
the
wants him
Fitzpatrick
bad.
kid from Alabama.
He's going later. I think
says the
You
pick
guys hear
is
me
in.
okay? Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
and-
Here you go. It says the pick is in, so I think they just jumped on Nelson. I bet he's here. Oh my God, let's get him.
I don't know if the
They-
Colts, Colts and Bucks are still beefing over Tony Dungy. Maybe they just take Derwin James to,
Oh man.
just like stick it. But I think one thing about being this bad across the table is you got options.
Yeah, true.
Hey, the world is your oyster.
Yeah,
the Colts
sometimes
can't screw us. We're horrible.
and sometimes it sucks when you got so many guys to pick from. It's like, oh, I thought these guys would be gone, but shit, what do I do now?
I feel
like,
bad
well,
for
yeah,
my
we
man
can
Quentin
kinda use
Nelson if
him
he doesn't
too.
go here.
Yeah, really.
There's the
Nelson
Road
seeing
Warriors
his-
are there.
Yeah.
Nelson is seeing his bank account go down a bit here.
Yeah. Well, Adam had said he thought he would fall.
And only because of the fact that they just offensive linemen sometimes get devalued by these playmakers, not because of anything with him, but just because of how the playmakers always seem to make these late runs and drafts.
But I've heard. Sorry, Adam.
No,
for all
go ahead.
for all I've heard about this Nelson, though, everybody's just raving on this guy. Like he's going to be the best lineman in years. But
Here we go.
It's there, man. It's there.
Come on, Colts.
Von Miller is very happy about Bradley Chubb as his new teammate.
There he goes. The Colts take Quentin Nelson,
All right, good for old
guard from
Quentin.
Notre Dame.
yeah, you can't pass up that, can you?
Quentin with an O.
Next to Ryan Kelly.
Watch
Good
these
young-
highlights.
6'5", 325. Wow, it's a big
Well,
dude.
Jason, you know this following Notre Dame. They always seem to put
Yeah.
out great offensive linemen.
They're the OU, Offensive Line University, the OLU. Notre Dame's offensive linemen over the last probably 12 to 15 years, they've had so many monster hits. Every single position, too. The left side, the center, the right side. Every year to 2 years, they're putting out at least 2 NFL players. They get these guys like what's the guy that just came out not too long ago? Ryan Taylor, the one that was in Denver, the tackle. That kid, they thought he was a tight end, and Notre Dame turned him into a tackle. They beef him up. They have one of the best workout routines. They have one of the best.
And then Dallas took their center, right?
Yeah, Dallas took it was the guard, Zach Martin,
That's who it is.
one of the best offensive linemen to come into the NFL in the last 5-6 years. Lance would know. He watches.
Yeah,
That guy's a stud.
Yeah,
Zach
he's pretty
Martin's the
good.
truth. Yeah.
The thing about being an offensive lineman is you got to be smart because you got to
Yes.
know all those plays. And Notre Dame, you got to be smart to go there. I think that's one of the colleges where you got to be really smart to go to, isn't it?
Buffalo just traded in the number 7 from Tampa Bay. That's
wow!
Quick breaking news there for you
About that.
Yeah.
They're getting their quarterback.
My opinion is Quentin Nelson can be as good as Zach Martin is in the NFL. That's will be what I'll say about him. He can be as good. We'll see. I'm not going to say he will be, but the skills, the intelligence, everything is there. The potential is there. If he can reach his ceiling, he will definitely be just as good as Zach Martin. Now, it might not show like Zach Martin because Zach Martin has Ezekiel Elliott running behind him, but Quentin Nelson may be a little bit more of a unsung hero than Martin because they don't really have the offense in Indianapolis to match what Dallas can do behind him.
Jason, you said Buffalo traded up?
Yes.
Yeah, Buffalo's in number 7 right now from Tampa. I think they're taking Josh Allen, quarterback from Wyoming. That's my pick.
Gotta be 100%. What else would it be?
The guy with the cannon arm.
Carson Wentz 2.0.
Yeah, they said he's. Was it that he throws? Was it a better ball than Wentz or something?
Better ball,
than
and
Wentz?
he's more athletic than Wentz. Yep, they think he has a better arm and better movement than Carson Wentz does, and I think that's a huge, huge thing to say about a quarterback right now.
It's almost hard to imagine.
Hope he's got a better knee.
Well,
let's hope so.
I mean, he don't need to have a better knee.
Guys.
He just needs Nick Foles behind him.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Arizona is going to trade for this pick, or not Arizona. Buffalo is going to trade for this pick, and then they're going to trade for Nick Foles later.
I think Nick Foles, he got himself a sweet deal, didn't he? Sit on the bench and make a shitload of money.
Yeah, I mean, when you come out and you put in the playoff performances that he did out of nowhere, I thought the Eagles were done. I'm not one of those blow smoke up your butt Eagles fans. I told Joey, I said, dude,
you said me season's over.
I thought it was over. And you might even remember me posting on Facebook when the playoffs start. I put always remember 2018 playoffs, and it was Carson Wentz, or 2017 postseason. It was Wentz on crutches. So,
all right, Schefter's saying that Buffalo traded 2 second-round picks to move up.
Wow, that's fair for both, and they still got their other.
Yeah, and then they still got their other number 1.
Still got 22, right? Or
something like that.
Yeah, they had 12 and 22 teams to begin, right?
Yeah, I think the 12. The twos.
That's not a bad deal at all.
Because the Eagles have 32, so they can't have that one. So I think it's 12 and 22. Okay. I'm actually trying to confirm right now, but my computer is apparently my computer is being run by Cleveland's draft room.
It was 2 seconds.
Just quickly going back to the Super Bowl there with Foles, don't you guys think that play he did, that touchdown play where he caught the ball, wasn't that one of the best plays you ever seen? I know you guys obviously think it's amazing because you're Eagles fans, but that was so perfect.
Wonderful play call, wonderful execution.
Yeah, that was,
and at the right time.
That was
it takes some big balls to do that.
Yeah, pick is in. That was Foles. That'll be Foles's, he can hang his hat on that. Yeah, like you'll always remember him with that. The rest of his career. Yeah, it's
that's walk away now. Yeah, and
the Philly special.
Every Super Bowl we're going to see for the next 20 years is going to show that play. So, So, that seems like a very good trade for both teams.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think so.
And Tampa didn't move far back. What is it, 5 picks?
Yeah, they should still be able to get Derwin James at 12 because Indy didn't take him, obviously. And I know Indy was in the market for a safety too, but they weren't going to take anybody that high. Right. Especially with Nelson sitting there, you can't do that. So I think Tampa wins big here, and I think Buffalo gets their franchise quarterback right here, and I hope it's Josh Allen. And somebody just cracked the beer. We're about to find out.
Here comes Goodell.
Gotta have a strong arm to throw in this cold city.
I like this kid, man. If it's Josh Allen, I'm happy for him. He's going to a good organization.
Yep,
There you
Bills
go.
take Josh
There you go.
Allen, quarterback from Wyoming.
Good for him. I'm happy for him.
Maybe he can finally end the misery up there for those poor Bills fans.
I honestly he was one of my guys. My 4 guys. I had Barkley, Quentin Nelson, Mike McGlinchey, and Josh Allen were my 4 guys that I like personally, not like the best players. It's just guys that I really wanted to see go early and do well.
Especially when he's going to a place where he can hand off to the running back.
Shady
there.
McCoy.
Yeah, 30 times a game. That's like throw a couple passes.
Hand it to him, throw it to him, pitch it to him.
Yeah.
Well,
That'll
now
eat-
get him
that's a
some
nice way to ease a guy
friggin'
in.
receiver help, for God's sakes.
Oh my God! Look at those horrible uniforms for both teams. Jesus.
It looks like they're playing each other, road and
Yeah.
aways.
Yeah.
I mean, ways
The
and
brown
homes.
and yellow versus the yellow and brown.
Yeah,
That was the 2017 Vomit Bowl.
Wow, look
Yeah,
at that.
good name there. That kid's look at this kid though, man. Like he runs
I
that
just watched
read
that film, he looks
option.
just like Wentz doing something like that.
Look, he can't tackle that kid. He got a 5'10" DB tackling a 6'6". Well, that's not a good throw. Yeah,
There's
Yeah,
They
there's,
gotta
a, there's
show.
a nasty pick he threw.
Yeah, they got to show the bad with the good.
Well, no, that's
Everybody
good.
has-
I'd rather them be real. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, you don't turn the ball over like Darnold did, at least.
That's for
Where
sure.
if you get close and sneeze near Darnold, he fumbles.
Yeah.
How crazy is it that a lot of people had Josh Rosen as their number 1 on the board, and he's still there at number 8?
Well, dude, it reminds
Yeah.
you, me at least, when Aaron Rodgers fell.
I was
think
just
he's-
going to say,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Who
Jason.
was the kid today
No.
that all the Twitter stuff come out about him putting racist tweets as a kid?
This is him.
Oh, the Wyoming guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I don't like him anymore.
He said
Oh,
he
no.
did it when he was like much younger and he was like young
Yeah, he
and
was
dumb.
15, 16 years old. And a lot of it was actually, he was just.
Look who they're
sick
comparing him
lyrics.
to.
Wentz.
Look who they're comparing him to. There you go. he's
Yeah,
the
like
2.0.
when he was a teenager, he had used like the N-word.
Well, he was, you know, some people put lyrics from songs on Facebook, and that's all they
Yeah.
put. That's all he was doing, basically.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
yeah.
Here's something
Quoting
that
lyrics.
Schefter just said.
Yeah.
Schefter said Buffalo and Denver had agreed to a trade based on who was available, but Broncos decided not to pass up on Bradley Chubb. Then Bills went to number 7 instead for Josh Allen. So I guess Buffalo had a lot of movement going there. They were definitely going up one way or another, but Denver really loved Bradley Chubb when he fell. So
yeah, they didn't
just-
think he was going to be there. Like, you can't
Yes.
pass that up.
So they broke the trade off.
Dean in the chat said, "Let's hear it for the Browns."
Yeah.
Yeah, helping everybody out but themselves.
They might get 2 wins this year.
That's a huge improvement.
Yeah.
They're not going to get less wins. They're not going to get fewer wins than they did last year. I guarantee you that.
-2. -1.
Oh man, can't get much worse.
No, can't get less than 0. But they actually, at least they're trying. They've made some big moves, haven't they? So
Yeah, they look like they're starting to. Some of the moves they're making seem indicative that they're starting to figure out some things, but that's all very
Subjective.
preemptive right now.
yeah, and they're
yes.
in such a tough division too, aren't they? They
I got a question for Dean because I know he's a big Steelers fan. If I can't see him answer it, so if he hears this and he answers, see if he. Well, I could ask him obviously if he hears it. What would he think? Like, does he think the Steelers might move up to try to get a quarterback in the first, or maybe if Jackson falls back, would they want him? Maybe if Rosen continues the fall, would they take a shot at him? Maybe would be Aaron Rodgers.
I was talking to him about this earlier, and I had told him I saw some mocks where the kid from Georgia, the running back, was
the
going.
running back, yeah, because with what's going on with the guy
Bell.
they have there,
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is his name? I'm drawing a major blank. Like one of the best running backs in the NFL, and I can't remember his name. Le'Veon Bell. Thank you.
Sure.
Well, I know Dino's been saying for last little while, get rid of him. He's a troublemaker. So.
Yeah, he told me that earlier to trade him, get rid of him.
Yeah, because they have their pick. I mean, we know that Le'Veon Bell is definitely might not be right now in like their
long-term plans.
Yeah, and also they have another guy who they could move in a deal, and that's Martavis Bryant, who wasn't exactly
another malcontent.
Yeah, so they have some guys there that they could possibly sweeten the pot with and move up, or they could possibly trade them, get the pick for them, and move up.
That's true.
And I'd like to know his opinion of that.
I think he might have left. Yeah. So
we'll find out. Man, the Bears aren't playing around. Their pick's in. They know who they want.
I think the Bears are in. You said?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Who did I have them take? I had them taking the linebacker from Georgia or Alabama or Georgia. Yeah.
Here we go. We're gonna find out.
That's why I have the Bears going. Roquan.
Yep. You're right. The Bears take Roquan Smith, linebacker from Georgia. That's a great pick.
He's ready to go on the field and play right now.
I agree. I think that was one of the worst kept secrets of this draft, that when they said he wasn't going to, because he wasn't going top 6 or so, and the Bears are sitting there. They need the new Urlacher or what was the other guy, the big linebacker they had?
Lucas, Singletary, all those guys.
No, I'm thinking more recent. Yeah. The guy they had next to him that was real good, next to Urlacher.
Urlacher, Rosie Colvin, and
Colvin, Roosevelt Colvin, yeah.
Dean said that if they could get a good quality quarterback, yes, trade up and make it happen.
Okay, thank you for answering that, because that's what I was wondering if he would want them to do, because Big Ben doesn't have much left in the tank.
This could obviously potentially be his last season.
And especially the way Big Ben plays, he gets hurt all the time, but he always keeps playing, doesn't he? And that's wear and tear on you is just crazy. The guy's going to be a hurting unit in 10 years, but
he
played to win. That's why he's won Super Bowls. He's
a tough dude.
So where are we at now? We're at 9. We're getting in Adam territory here. Number 10 coming up after Denzel Ward goes to the
Oakland coming up for soon to be Las Vegas Raiders.
No, not Denzel Ward.
I'm happy. I'm happy with taking a defensive playmaker or the other lineman. Actually, there are other than McGlinchey, there's another athletic lineman whose name escapes me that there was some talk about. But McGlinchey, the linebacker from Virginia Tech, I'm okay with, and the safety, Jerwin Dames, playmaking safety, I'm okay with that because they need playmakers on defense, and none of those would break my heart.
Yeah, so I think
feeling pretty good.
I think what's going to happen here is I think the Niners are going to take McGlinchey to protect their big investment in Garoppolo. And then I think you guys are going to take Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker from Virginia Tech, who I think is right behind Roquan Smith as being the second best non-edge rushing defensive player in this draft.
I agree.
Yeah, so that's not a bad,
It's not a bad trade-off.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
They said under a Gunther Cunningham defense that Edmonds would still be raw enough that Cunningham could teach him to do everything that he wants him to do, and that at 19 years old, they still have no idea. It's kind of like he's behind. He's behind. He's like got a lower floor than Roquan Smith right now, but a much higher ceiling. And of course, that higher ceiling is always an unknown because you don't know if they're going to reach that potential. But he's just like this 19-year-old super freak. You don't know what he could possibly turn into.
I get you.
For a Gunther Cunningham, that's hard to. I'm sure Gunther Cunningham is jockeying the hell out of them to take Edmonds right now. I'm sure. And if I were Gruden, I would be tempted to just say, hey, you know what, pull the trigger. We got to get this defense back into, bloodletting territory. We got to get nasty.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. And I think when you add a guy like him with Khalil Mack, it's a nightmare for other teams that are going to have to,
I think Oakland needs an offensive lineman, or Carr's going to get his leg broken again.
Yeah.
Let's not talk like that, Lance.
Yeah, I just I like Oakland, but you got to protect that guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, they do still have a very good offensive line, but it's time to start rotating in some new blood. I agree.
True enough. You would know more.
The pick is in. I'm going. I'm gonna say McGlinchey. I think San Fran protects their investment right here. And Garoppolo.
That seems like a smart pick.
As possible.
Let's see
you don't
here.
pay a
We're gonna find
quarterback
out in a
huge
second.
money and not protect them.
Josh Rosen looks like he's about to cry. By the way, he does not look
Yeah, he
happy.
legitimately looks like he's gonna cry.
Yeah,
Natural face.
Is he the one from UCLA that everyone's saying he's the rich, spoiled kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here comes Goodell.
If it's not McGlinchey, I think Adam has it there with James.
Yep,
There you go.
there the 49ers take Mike McGlinchey.
Man, I'm on fire
Tackle.
right now.
Another Notre Dame guy.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes my
I
two
wanted.
guys.
I'll say
Top
it
10.
after the. I wanted to wait till after that pick. Dino said, as I said before, there's only one person that is the true wears the number 26 for the Steelers, and he's a Hall of Famer, and his name's
Is
not
that,
Bell.
Is it Franco? Did Franco wear 20? Who wore?
Rod
Franco's
Woodson.
Franco was
32.
30s. Yeah.
32.
It's Woodson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Rod Woodson.
I was surprised when he told me that. I'm like, well, I'm surprised they let him wear it then.
They
Yeah.
don't retire much numbers in football because there's so many players. They need the numbers. They kind of have teams that just don't.
Yeah,
use
they
that
put
number.
the name.
Well, yeah, it's a good
They put
point.
the name and the
Yeah.
Ring of Honor and stuff. They'll put the
Yep.
guy's name up there, like Dallas does a lot. They have their ring. They don't do the number, right? They do the name.
Yeah.
Because you pretty soon you're going to have guys being 132, right?
Well, look at the Yankees.
Yeah,
They're all in their
Yankees-
40s, aren't they? Or the 90s
Yeah.
now. All the guys are wearing
That's
90s.
why, like Stanton is gonna wear like 84. Like, we're sorry, but what year were you born? 1988. Well, you're number 88 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened a lot with the Montreal Canadiens because all the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're all retired. So all the guys wear like 78 and 62 and
Yeah.
Pick in here, and this is a weird spot right here for me because
What do you think, Adam? Take the linebacker?
yeah, Adam, it's your team.
I mean, because I like as far as the linemen go, I like McGlinchey more than the other guy. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I really think that the handwriting is kind of on the wall. I do like Derwin James, but I think we have a couple of young safeties that still need an opportunity to get on the field, and we did pick up some secondary help. So I think.
Oh, there we go. Look at this.
Oh, never mind.
The Cardinals.
You know,
Raiders
I was
traded
just
to pick
gonna
to
say this.
Arizona.
Maybe they.
You know,
I was-
you know why they did this? You know why they did this, right? Because Miami was going to take Rosen at 11.
You're right.
The Cardinals had to get in here. They had to get in here. They had to get in here right here. Yep.
And they have they have nobody.
And I was thinking that after McGlinchey was gone, that they would trade down. Because that's the guy they needed. Because I thought they wanted a lineman, but
I'm curious to see what they got to move down.
I would like to see that as well. If anybody can,
Yeah, I'm looking.
obviously, yeah.
you biting your fingernails.
Just don't tell me
What happened?
I think the big
Oh,
thing
they
here.
got the rights to Johnny Manziel.
That's
Next.
Sorry, buddy.
From
Big
where
on
the
hot tub.
from the Rough Riders or whatever the hell that Canadian football team's name is.
Yeah. I think
Hamilton
is
Tiger
it
Cats.
Saskatchewan, right, Lance?
Saskatchewan Roughriders, yeah, that's a team, but Johnny Manziel writes are Hamilton Tiger Cats. Have
The
them.
Tiger Cats. I love the names up there. The Toronto Argonauts or whatever the hell the name.
Yeah.
the Edmonton.
Eskimos.
Yeah, the Edmonton Eskimos. What do you have? The Manitoba maple syrup makers or some shit?
Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
The Winnipeg Blue Balls. What's going
Blue
on up
Bombers.
there?
Funny.
Oh, okay.
I was
It's
going to
actually
say,
what-
that almost sounds crass.
You know what's really funny is we used to have Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Ottawa Roughriders. There's 9 teams in the league, and 2 of them have the same name.
That's
That's
weird.
insane.
That's an appalling lack of imagination.
Well, no, one was one word, and the other was 2.
All right,
Oh, okay,
here's
so it's
what
a totally different team.
Arizona gave up. Number 15, number 79, and number 152.
Not bad.
3
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah, you guys are still going to get a great player.
So it's
you only
probably,
moved out
what, a third
four.
and a fifth?
That sounds right. Yeah, it's an earlier third too. Well, actually, it's like a mid third. So
He only moved down 5 picks, so
That's true. We got 2 extra.
assets.
What do you think about that, Adam?
Well, I still think one of their future picks they're going to trade up with, because I think they're going to go get that other Georgia running back Nick Chubb.
Yes.
I think they're going to go out and get him, and I don't know
Okay.
which pick they're going to trade up with that. But yeah, so in as much as I'm fine with it. You only lose a couple spots, and I still think they're going to get a quality player there. I'm good with it. I trust Chucky.
Can I throw in a really bad joke right now?
Yeah.
Is that okay? This is
Sure.
a chubby draft. Does that work?
It's a Chubb
Maybe-
heavy draft.
Yeah, maybe Denver gets the Nick Chubb at running back. They need a running back, then they can have all the Chubb.
I always thought the Broncos were. a
Yeah,
bunch of
I
Chubbs
was
anyway.
right. It's a third and a fifth.
Yep, there you go. His math is on point tonight.
Oh, and Dean said in the chat, the worst name of a team is the Patriots.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're taking so long here at this pick.
Well, I mean, the Patriots could be we could have 2 Steelers in the NFL. You could have the Steelers with 2 E's and then the Steelers with an EA. You know, like the Patriots will steal your plays
like
and
ripping
everything.
things
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
The pick is in. So, like the
I
Rough
think you're
Riders.
right, though, that this is the kid from UCLA.
It's got
It
to
has
if it's
to
not
be.
if it's not Rosen, this is pure insanity. I mean,
Because
if
they
this- if this
desperately
isn't
need a
Ro-
quarterback.
if
Just
this
so-
isn't Rosen,
Just so you guys know, the Ottawa Rough Riders, they left the league, but then they came back and changed their name to the Renegades,
Okay.
and then they changed their name to get this. This is their new name, the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Okay.
That's
bad is
weird.
that? It's like, you're red or you're black? No, the Red Blacks.
Well, the Arizona Red Blacks are on the clock right now, so that's
Yeah.
a really good transition.
There you go.
they are.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Something.
So I don't think it's going to be Rosen.
Yes.
Gotta be.
All right, here comes
It's
the pick.
Rosen if it's not.
Why trade up?
Yeah,
not
if it's not,
Rosen.
it'll be a head scratcher.
If it's not Rosen, I'm getting off of this call and I'm going to bed.
We go.
There he is,
Yep.
Josh
There he
Rosen,
is.
quarterback, UCLA, goes to Arizona.
Oh,
It
he's
had to
happier
be.
now.
Oh,
I can't
now,
believe.
I wanted to ask this question. Dean had brought it up, but I wanted that pick to go by. He wanted to know our thoughts on the owner of the Jags trying to potentially buy Wembley Stadium.
I don't think the NFL should go to England. That's just my opinion. I think it's rough. It's too rough because you would have to have. They would either have to host like 3 consecutive home games during the season. It's hard. Like if they're on the road, they're gonna have to leave their homes and leave their facilities for so long. It's just not gonna work. I mean, I don't like the fact that the Eagles are going over there and I have to wake up at 9 in the morning and watch a game this year. I think that's bullshit. I don't live on the West Coast. I shouldn't have to do it.
But at 6 in the morning for me.
Yeah, see, even late. Well, that might work better because I usually go to bed about that time, so I can just stay up.
You stay up a couple extra hours and catch the game.
Yeah, if it's a bad game, I just go to bed.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to point something out here. On my predicted trades, I had Arizona moving up and I had Buffalo moving up. I still have Green Bay moving up in the first round, so I might get my 3.
Your triumvirate of move-ups.
I'm going to hit that trifecta and win some money on it there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think Green Bay is going to move up. I think you'll get that.
I think Gino said a while back about if a team was in London, he doesn't think that it would work. I think he said that if people would see it as a novelty, and then it'd wear off. So
yeah, I mean, he would know. He's over there, so he has his finger on the pulse.
He goes to those games too, so usually he tries to hit one a year or so.
Yeah, I know they offer like a package too, where they have like 3 or 4 there now, and you can get like all 3 or 4 games in a package. And I think a guy from over there told me that the ticket prices aren't that bad. And I guess they would have to be because, it won't really look good at all if the tickets are high and they don't sell them. Because that's the NFL. Empty seats to the NFL is like the plague. They want to avoid that at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're saying, those road trips, man, you'd have to do 4 home, 4 away, 4 home, 4 away.
It's hard.
Because I went over there a couple times and it's going. Once you get there, it's fine, but once you get home, oh my God, the time that just hits you.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's like all of a sudden you're like, what time is it? Oh.
That's why I think every team that plays over there should have to have their bye week after. They should come home and have that next week off.
Yeah, that's what the Eagles that's their bye week.
That's good because
I think they do that actually. I think that is part of the schedule.
I feel so bad for this kid.
It's either that or they play the next Thursday or something. I don't know how.
Just ignore that, Joey.
I have to say this. I feel so bad for this kid, Rosen. They just compared him to Sam Bradford.
Yeah, just ignore it. Just ignore that.
Oh, God, has he heard already?
That was his comparison, Sam Bradford.
His spirit and his ego were getting hurt as he sat there. You could it wasn't looking good. A question right here. This next pick has to be Tremaine Edmonds, right? The linebacker from Virginia Tech has to go here, or would that
it's
be
Miami? They do weird stuff, but yeah.
I don't really know because it makes me wonder what, if any, plan B Miami actually had. I mean, I'm sure they had some kind of a plan B, but
maybe secondary.
It's in.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what they actually did here.
I'm gonna throw 3 names out there right now. Edmonds being the top one. What's this guy? Jairee Alexander, corner from Louisville, and the shock pick, Lamar Jackson, the quarterback from Louisville, are my 3.
I wouldn't be stunned to see Jackson because I think they were kind of quarterback married here.
Well, I know. I think it was the Saints that wanted him. Like, if he kept falling and was still there in like the mid-teens, they were going to try and move up.
A lot of people want Jackson. Yeah, I think somebody might actually end up making a move to get Jackson because I think there's just too many people wanting. But I don't know what the heck, man.
Here we go.
Baltimore at 16 is a good spot for Jackson, too, by the way.
It is. That's not a good pick.
Minkah Fitzpatrick, safety from Alabama. Jersey boy.
Ooh.
That's my most overrated guy to appear in the top 10 at any given time.
I've never even heard of him, so I don't know.
He's versatile, and of course, playing for Alabama gives you some street cred in the NFL. But the problem is he played a great deal of slot corner, and I just don't see his immediate value. You know, I mean, they list him as a safety, but I don't see him as a true safety, and I don't really see him ultimately as being all that versatile either. I think that's sort of a piece of marketing. It's a good piece of salesmanship that they're doing here with him. Truly, I'm not trying to knock him. He's a good football player. He's just not like a top 10.
Excuse me for 1 second, fellas.
Sure, go ahead. Matter of fact, when Joey and I were talking yesterday, I said Minkah Fitzpatrick is a guy that I would have no problem yanking out of the top 15 or maybe even the top 20.
Yeah, I remember when we first came on a little bit ago, you were saying that you didn't care for him much because you were talking about him going to Derwin James, the other safety. You were saying how much of a difference in talent you think there was between the two.
Yeah, I mean, Derwin James, is just could hop on an NFL field right now and start making plays left and right. This guy here.
Well, they're showing all of his awards here. He's got.
Yeah,
so
I know.
You don't get those awards for being bad.
Well, I mean, you can get them from playing in Alabama's defense, though.
That's true, isn't
that's
it?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then those awards, those position awards, don't always necessarily translate to great things in the NFL. But I just kind of see him as a guy with some versatility, who's really more of a pure. He's played a lot more slot corner than he has pure safety. He's not like the kind of safety that's going to go over and be an ad hoc weak side linebacker. He's not that kind of safety.
Yeah.
So
all right,
I just don't see him. Hey, welcome back. I don't see him as having that kind of value, like where he goes number 11. But hey, prove me wrong, buddy.
No, I agree. Hey, we're talking about awards. Did Johnny Manziel win the Heisman?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But,
Yeah.
I don't know. Defensive awards, they usually are pretty dead on.
I got the ultimate bad transition for you guys for how about lost you there.
Hello?
I
Everyone's
think
there?
he's taking a drink. I think he's taking a drink.
Oh.
I don't
I
know.
hope so. Okay.
Dropped off. Oh.
Well, he said lost it there. I thought I heard him take a drink. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened.
Well, we can fill until he gets back with us.
What was I going to say? Who do you think Tampa takes here now?
Tampa. Derwin James. Their guy's still on the board, right? Derwin hasn't gone. Yeah, Derwin James is still on the board. Tampa's got to take him here. I think.
Why not?
Yeah, because they moved back, like 5 spots, right?
Yeah, from 7 to 11. 12. I'm sorry, 7 to 12.
Yeah. Pick is in.
And they can still get their
Oh, it's
guy.
in. Yeah, the pick is in here.
Ooh, I see Dallas is coming up. All my
Yeah,
wide
they still got a
receivers are
little
still
ways.
there. I think Baltimore is going to pick one of those wide receivers out of those 3 good ones.
I think that personally, I think they're going to take Lamar Jackson.
If he's there.
I think yeah. What did you see? Des
Washington,
Bryant
Green
turn
Bay,
down
and Oakland aren't getting a quarterback, so.
Did you see Des Bryant turn down an offer from Baltimore?
Yes.
A contract
Yeah.
offer?
That's crazy. I don't think he might not even get another offer.
He's going to be. I think he's going to be a 1 year. He's going to be a prove it deal. He's going to have to take it 1 year. About
That's what he wants. That's what he
12 mil?
said he wants.
Yeah, he said that's what he wants, a 1 year
deal.
prove it deal.
Yep. No.
Like,
I mean, he's already proven he's an asshole. How much more of that can you prove?
I was saying with Joey, the nail in the coffin last year was when he's on the sideline. He's like, "Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball." They throw it to him. It goes, pops in the air, right in his hands, pops in the air. The other guy, the defense guy, gets it, runs it back for a pick 6. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that guy's not as good as he thinks he is, and that's a big problem.
He was amazing. and then he got hurt, and then now he's
Sorry about that.
He
No
thinks
problem.
It's all
he's
good.
bigger than he is, but and the thing about the Cowboys didn't even offer him less money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
just
could probably
wanted him
would've taken it.
gone.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now Tampa
I forgot
has to
about-
take Derwin
I forgot
James,
about
right?
somebody.
You would think, hey, they got the extra picks, and then you figure they're going to still get their guy.
That's perfect, isn't it, in the draft?
That's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We'll see.
Washington's.
We'll see.
Washington's.
Mayock saying Jair Alexander.
Yeah, he's a corner from where is Alexander from?
Houston,
Louisville. Louisville,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, him and Jackson could go back to back tonight.
Ooh.
Whoa.
What? Oh, they
Bucks
took
take
the
Vita Vey.
yeah, they took the Coldplay song. That's what I call him, the
He's
Coldplay
the
song.
defensive
You know,
lineman, right?
He is
yeah,
a
defensive
monster.
tackle. Warren Saps would be happy with this pick, I think, for
I think
Tampa.
he needs,
Hey,
he
Yeah.
needs a damn haircut. Damn hippie.
I'll
Haircut.
tell you who's.
Dude.
I'll tell you who's ticked off is Washington.
Yep, because that's who I had
Boy.
them mock to take. You're
Yeah.
100% right there.
Yeah,
They were
they are.
all over this. They were all over this guy. Yep.
I'm sure all of us NFC East teams are happy he didn't go to Washington.
Crack the champagne. He won't be coming up the gut at your quarterback. Yeah.
Well, we played them week 2, so yes, he will.
Well,
Never
that
mind.
means I-
Never mind.
that means Dallas has to play him too. Then sometime.
Yeah.
Haven't really
Now,
checked
I
on
wasn't
the skip.
expecting that pick.
I didn't either. I thought he was going to Washington. I thought he was going to go from Washington to Washington.
Uh-oh.
Totally across country, but
Right.
look at him.
Yeah.
He's getting held. He's getting held, and he's still.
He still destroyed the guy.
Oh, wait, that wasn't him. Never mind. Sorry. He got through the hole. Yeah, he's got the
Only there's
hair.
2 guys with the
Yeah, he
hair,
was still
though,
getting
isn't
held
there?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, who- these-
Number
Double
8
team?
guy or whatever.
yeah, they're Samoans. They're both Samoan guys.
Yeah.
The Via, I think.
And we all know that from old WWE that Samoans are tough dudes, aren't they? Just
Hey, they're
naturally
either football
strong.
players or wrestlers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just naturally strong.
Oh, Vince McMahon will push him in 3 or 4 years if he doesn't make it in
Yeah.
the NFL.
I don't know. He's got to be related to Roman's family, I think, to get that.
Well, they're
so.
all kind of related.
Yeah, careful what you say there. You're getting.
Yeah,
into
no, I don't mean it
bad
like
territory
that.
by saying that. Yeah, I know.
We just got booted from Facebook.
I know it sounded bad, but I meant they're all kind of.
Intermarriage
No, that's-
controversy. Yeah.
I just got a text from my buddy. Hope the Redskins don't take Derwin James. I kind of agree.
Is that the guy you thought Tampa Bay was going to take?
Yeah, I think they might take Deron Payne here, though, the other defensive tackle from the guy from Alabama. The Redskins, if they want a guy up the middle, I think he's a big
Yeah.
pick here.
Hey, maybe the
Marcus-
Raiders take the safety.
Marcus Davenport's a possibility. It depends on. I mean, he's the best
Well,
player
and-
left, in my opinion. Derwin James.
What do you think, Adam?
Correct me if I didn't miss something here while I was having
Edmonds.
technical difficulties. Edmonds is still.
Yeah, he
is
didn't go.
still-
Yeah, you're right. I knew you were going to
So-
say that.
Oakland's going to get a defensive monster, whether they get a defensive tackle, playmaking safety, or Edmonds. Oakland's going to hit a home run here on the defensive.
And they got a
front.
third and a fifth.
You're right.
Yeah, this
That's-
is really interesting. Not to make it all about Oakland, but it is. But it's not.
No, there's nothing wrong with. I'd be happy if I was a fan right now of Oakland because you guys are to me you guys are a playoff team.
They're on the
I don't know
upswing.
what happened last year.
I thought last year was a
Yeah.
fluke. I was
I
just
did too.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was probably the best thing to happen to you because it got rid of Del Rio.
You guys need
Yeah,
a
I
running
think so.
back out there in Oakland.
Probably with yeah. The short answer is yes, like a secondary back. Yeah.
Well, because they
A
got
young-
Lynch and then they got the speedy guy, Washington.
We
And
have a
then-
couple backups, but I don't think they're going to survive.
Did you guys
this
pick
era.
up Doug Martin?
Martin's there for a year.
Okay.
And we have DeAndre Washington, who's sort of a smallish but hard running guy. And then we got the speedster. You know who I'm talking about, Joey.
Yeah,
Jalen Richard.
Richard.
Yeah, I
And
like
he's
him.
kinda-
I really like him.
I do too. He's a guy I see Gruden tinkering with and doing a lot of things with. But I think that Gruden's also going to want to change a pace guy on the field
Yeah.
for Marshawn Lynch. So I could see them
No.
drafting Chubb.
Do
Now,
you think
correct me
Gruden's going to be able to adapt since he's been around, gone for a while?
I don't know.
Well,
what
he
you
was
guys,
never gone. You know,
I
he
don't
was
think-
always right there, which, you
Yeah.
know.
True. He's watching and knowing what's
Yeah.
changing up, I guess.
Here's my question. I want to know if you agree with this comparison. The guy that I compare the Richard kid to a lot is Corey Clement from the Eagles. I think they're very similar,
sure.
right?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, absolutely.
Dual threat type of back, catch the ball, run the ball, shifty,
Yep.
quick. Water bug would be a good
Yeah,
word for
actually,
him.
but-
Darren Sproulsy.
Yeah, Richard. Yeah, Richard probably have a slightly better track time than Clement. But other than that, yeah, I just think he needs a coach that puts him in the right situations. I don't think he's had that yet.
I think Gruden's your man in that. And there though,
I agree.
Good old
Pick is
Chucky.
the pick is in.
Let's see what Washington does here. What was their plan B for this line? It's interesting. Tampa gets JPP in that trade, and then they go and grab another defensive lineman.
Oh,
Then they
I
got Bo
forgot they-
Allen, Vinny Curry.
I
They are
forgot
really
they drafted. They traded for Pierre Paul.
Yeah, and that kind of shied me away from thinking they would even take Vita Vea, but
Yeah.
they
Can't
really
have
must
too many
want
good
that.
defensive backs, though, can you?
You're right, Lance. I think they learned from the Eagles and others' example. I guess they went to that.
Yeah.
Mayock
you never
is
know.
saying Payne or James here.
It should, yeah. The Deron Payne's the guy I was thinking they might go with if they
Here we
really want
go.
the tackle. James is the best player left on the board. Sua Cravens, by the way, is going, so they need a safety.
Yep, the Redskins take Deron Payne.
There you go. I thought that was going to be a guy they might reach down for.
He
Well,
does.
Defensive
didn't
tackle
get their
from
Vea.
Alabama.
Didn't
Yeah.
get Vita Vea, so they got this guy. But,
And then they got is it Jonathan Allen last year, Jason?
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting old, man. A year ago's
Yeah, I
a
know,
decade
I
at
know.
this point.
yeah, ask me what happened 20 years ago. I'm fine. Yeah, but
Yeah, it's the shit with the
That
recent
was
shit
on
I don't
tape.
remember.
This guy's a load in the middle, man. He's more of a pure strength guy than he is a wide guy. If you look at his body, he's not the
Yeah.
Vita Vea big wide
Yeah,
body
you can see
guy.
he's a speed guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a lot like a Fletcher
Yeah.
Cox type of defensive tackle. He's gonna
Yeah.
beat guys with pure movements and his escapability when it comes to a block. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
looking pretty good
guy's
here. Oh.
Yeah, he can run too.
Yeah,
For a big guy. Yeah, he's.
a little bit under 5 there on the 40. That's a good pick.
I think the big issue that Deron Payne might have is I think your bigger guards may be able to stop him. That's going to be the
Oh, the
Ooh.
Saints just
Saints
traded up for
traded
the
the
pick.
14. Yep,
Now,
They're-
what does
they're
this mean for
taking-
them?
they got to go Derwin James, man. They need the secondary help with the big fluke signing they got with
I'm
the guy.
telling you, they're taking Lamar Jackson.
I think it's a bad move if they do. To be honest with you.
I do
I think
too,
they
but
might, though. I think it
that's
might
what I
be a
keep
panic
hearing. They
move.
loved him, loved him,
'Cause
loved him.
Everybody else wants him so bad. I think they hit the panic button here. Because you've got
And,
Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and New England in
and
play
they
for him,
probably
and I think
paid
they
a
freaked
very
out.
steep price to move up
I bet you they did.
because they were at
Hey,
like
bro,
28.
Listen, I'm going to throw this out there to you. Remember what happened to end the Saints season with a safety?
Yes.
Yeah,
Derwin James would make that play. Just saying.
I'd like to think he would. Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I think Baltimore at 16 scares New Orleans maybe into moving up here. I think
All
you
right,
guys are.
here's
you guys
what they
are-
gave up.
Yeah.
They gave up
okay.
the number 27, number 147, and next year's first.
Ooh.
That's got to be for a
Damn.
quarterback. That's got to be for a
That's
quarterback.
steep.
Yeah, that's a steep
Yeah.
price.
That's got to be
Yeah.
a quarterback. That's
Why
a
else
quarterback.
would you give up that first for next year?
By the way, can I throw a little?
You're not picking a quarterback next
history?
year.
Go
Can I throw
for
a
it.
little history out for you guys?
Yeah.
Number 14 last year was Derek Barnett, the man who recovered the fumble in the Super Bowl to basically lock the game up for
There
the
you
Eagles.
go.
How about that?
So, and if number 14 this year could be the position of the guy who cost New Orleans their playoff life. So, I'm just saying.
It's a
They
weird
got to be
number.
going quarterback.
They're
They're not
that's
giving
crazy.
up a first next year for a safety.
Yeah, I
You're
agree.
not giving up. You're not
They
giving
did
up
it
that
because they
first
wanted to
next
jump in
year.
front of Baltimore because Baltimore was
For,
probably going to take him.
I think that's what they were worried about, for sure. But there's so much bait and switch that happens. Who really knows?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and if it is Jackson, he can learn under Breeze for a year.
Well, didn't
Yep.
they sign Breeze for 2 more years?
Yeah.
Big time. So,
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
but that's only 2 years.
Well, in
And
the
there's
NFL,
no
you're-
guarantee that he's going to be
and-
able to, play till he's 41.
remember in the
That's-
NFL, you're always under a 1-year contract.
Yes,
True
true.
enough. Yeah.
That's well, I mean, basically, yeah. I think 1 year is what you usually only are guaranteed in the league. Look at Osweiler down in Houston. He got a
Yep.
monster deal, 1 year.
Unless you're Kirk Cousins.
Look at what he's been through, in his short time in the league.
Yeah.
Oswald, right?
Hey,
He's
guys
been- he's
got big cash though, doesn't he? Jeez, keeps getting cut and signed for money.
Yeah.
He's got more lives than a box of cats. I'll give him that.
I think he's back in Denver, isn't he? I'm not
He
sure.
was. I don't know where he is now. I don't know, to be honest with you. I know he played
Yeah.
for
really
Denver against us, and we beat him up pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's too good of a deal for Green Bay to pass up.
Mm.
Oh, I 110% agree with that. If that team wants to give you a first next year, and now Green Bay can take a quarterback next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't believe they
Green
gave that
Bay
up. for
Yeah,
just
Wood.
made
fifth
off
this
like a
year and
bandit.
their first next year.
And now, if you're Green Bay, you root for the Saints to suck this year.
Yeah, finish last or something. But we know that ain't gonna happen.
No, but
Well,
you can always hope.
If Breeze does
Still
go
a
down,
first.
if Breeze does go down,
that's true. What if he blows a knee out and they go like 3-13?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Lamar Jackson might be their quarterback. He might be a franchise quarterback a lot earlier than they wanted.
Yeah.
He might be called upon. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
he's
Great trade for Green Bay.
Mayock is saying it's going to be Jackson.
Well, it gotta be. What else would it be?
You can't trade another first unless you're trying to get another franchise quarterback.
Yeah, nobody
I don't
trades
think
first for defensive ends or safeties.
Yeah, I don't see it. Well, so they get the quarterback, then Oakland's got Oakland and Baltimore have a plethora of defensive help that they can take a look at.
Yeah, Oakland's up next too.
Would Oakland trade down again?
I wouldn't rule it out, but I think that's probably it for now.
Yeah, kind of too late. Nobody really wants to move up anymore.
Go ahead and
After
take a
this.
player. Yeah.
There's a couple teams that might look to move up a little bit. Let me look at the list real quick here. Detroit probably would like to have another defensive player.
I gotta
It's been
think
a
Detroit's
strange,
taking a running back.
a lot of trades.
Mm-hmm. Been a lot of activity. This is the 14th pick. I mean, we haven't even gotten that far.
Yeah, that's what they just said on NFL Network. You don't trade a future number one, for nothing other than a quarterback.
I certainly don't believe it.
Yeah.
And if you do, then you're foolish.
Yeah, because you're talking about a player that has not yet set on the field, and when it comes to that class of player that hasn't stepped on an NFL field yet, only a quarterback is worth that.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
we go. The pick is in.
Here it is.
Yeah, if they don't say Lamar Jackson here, I would actually be shocked. Unless
Yeah.
it's Derwin James, which I like. We just all agreed you can't give a future first for anything but the guy under center.
Oh, absolutely.
I understand that game came down to one big play, but the second
Now-
bad.
Yeah, I didn't know they gave up a first though at that point.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
don't think
didn't
that's
know.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a first thrown in to sweeten up that trade. So
How can Green Bay say no?
Yeah,
you
right.
can't.
Yeah.
I mean, Green
Especially
Bay's
with
hit
Green Bay
home
trying
runs
to
later.
reload around Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Green Bay's always been very patient in the draft. So if somebody comes to them and offers them something, they're like that, they're going to be like, all right,
Well, remember this too. Green Bay could use a wide receiver, right? They need a wide receiver because their guys that are there are getting a little older, and you have 3 or 4 guys that are going to go in the 20s, such as a DJ Moore
Yeah.
or
Right.
right,
the
here we
Sutton
go.
kid. I think goes earlier. Yep, here we go.
Whoa!
what?
Wow.
The Saints take Marcus Davenport, defensive end.
What?
What?
They must really want him.
Wow!
Everybody's shocked. The announcers.
Yeah, like you
kid is
heard
like
Mike Mayock. He's like, what?
He's like a
Baltimore-
Division II player.
University of what? Texas San Antonio?
Yeah, it's Conference USA, so it's barely Division One ball.
Oh my God!
This Baltimore and the LA Chargers are laughing their heads off. Jackson's still on the board after all that.
They probably could have got him in their later pick.
Unbelievable.
Phew.
But I guess you want a player, you get him when you won't.
But like we just said,
I don't-
you
I
don't
don't-
give up on your first next year unless it's a guy under center. I'm sorry.
This
Unless
is the
you're
guy
New
that
Orleans.
this is the guy that Seattle wanted at 18. By the way,
Second
Oh,
team
okay.
conference, though?
yeah. So
I
no,
Yeah, I can
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate what you're saying, Jason. Yeah.
no. I'm saying no. I'm saying I think Seattle moves back now. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. I don't think I that pick's stupid either way. I don't.
Right.
New Orleans,
There's no
New
way
Orleans
you
just
could
blew it.
slice it.
Right. No, I totally get it. But
They're
but at the
basically
same
saying
time,
that guy's two first-round picks, which he is. I
He
don't
was-
know the guy, but
he was second team. He was second team All Conference USA. Second-
That's
That's
very
just
telling right there.
unbelievable.
that's good. At least it's giving us something to talk about.
Adam Schefter just tweeted, Seattle is trying to move back from 18, Detroit trying to move back from 20, Atlanta trying to move up. Stay tuned.
Oh wow.
Sweet.
I just text my friend.
As the draft turns,
Definitely soap opera this year, isn't it?
It's crazy. And New Orleans, they just may have taken the staff of dubiousness away from the Browns' 4th pick.
I guess only time will tell. Maybe this guy will be. have
did
record
Sean
sacks
Payton
next year.
outsmart himself here?
Somebody, I think somebody may have. I just don't get it.
I
Hey,
think
but now
Sean
you get
Payton.
your pick of the litter, Adam, here.
I think Sean Payton's tied to
Yeah,
Drew
that's
Brees.
true.
Sean Payton's out of there in a year or two, and Sean Payton just sabotaged the organization.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree. Because they
Sean
don't
Payton's
have
going out with a bang.
like an exit plan for once Drew Brees retires.
That was
Wow.
really bizarre. Really, really. And I mean, it's not like the Saints didn't have. I mean, they were pretty much slated to take a tight end with that pick. I don't know why it came about that all of a sudden they had to have this guy so badly that they were willing to do all this. I'm completely baffled here. Completely.
And
He's
all
not
of us-
worth 2 first rounds. That's
And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, Baker Mayfield at 1 doesn't look so bad.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Thanks,
You
Sean
know,
Payton.
at least he's a quarterback.
Sean Payton said,
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns, hold my beer.
Christ.
I'm just stunned by that.
I can't.
Adam, do you think the Raiders take the linebacker we originally pegged them to take here?
The freak of nature from Virginia Tech? Yeah, I see that making sense with a Paul Gunther defense, especially. I think it makes a lot of sense, and I know Gruden likes defensive playmakers. So with the two best offensive linemen gone, I think it's pretty much a sure thing that either Derwin James or Edmonds.
Yeah.
But I'm leaning a little bit toward Edmonds just because he's such a fascinating mystery at his age and with his potential to be so fast and so big and so strong. It's scary.
Well, they might have did like the same thing Tampa did. They traded back and still got the guy they wanted.
Yep.
Can't go
Maybe
wrong with
that's what they were
that.
thinking. If it works out in your favor, I don't care how many detours you take.
So listen. Possible that the Chargers trade up here to get this pick and undercut Baltimore for Lamar Jackson. Chargers need a quarterback.
That's what I was thinking because they're in play for him too. And this will be their last chance. If the Chargers
Pick is in.
Yeah, it's
never
in.
mind.
So
Okay.
Nope,
Baltimore,
the Raiders are picking because here comes Goodell. Here we go.
So it's got to be Edmonds or James.
I would think so.
Yeah, and like you said about Edmonds, he's a very raw talent.
Whoa. Raiders take Colton Miller, tackle out
Miller's
of
a good.
He
He's
is
a
the
good
most
tackle.
UCLA.
He is the most athletic tackle, but I'm a little disappointed because I thought he was this is a little bit too early for him. But apparently, although they actually had him taken, the last mock I saw had them taking him with their original pick at 10. So,
sorry.
No, please go ahead. I'm not crazy about it, but I'm all right. If he turns into a lifetime tackle, that's fine.
Baltimore just traded out of 16.
Wow.
Is it with New England? Let's find out if they want Lamar Jackson.
Because they held a private workout with him.
Or does Dallas possibly need a safety? Would they move up to take Derwin James right now?
Or would they take the wide out from SMU?
Let's see who it is. It's Buffalo.
Ooh, Buffalo trades up.
Yeah,
Well,
Dallas
Buffalo don't need a quarterback.
Dallas was thinking about trading up, but the only guy they really wanted if they traded up was going to be Nelson, I heard. So,
Right.
More to that offensive line.
What's Buffalo do with this pick now? Jackson?
James or Edmonds, I think, because they took Rosen. They don't. I mean,
I'm
Allen.
sorry. That's
Allen.
right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they're going to give him a weapon.
They're going to pick one of those wide receivers, maybe?
Maybe a tight end?
To be honest with you, I don't. Where are we at? 16? I don't.
If he turns into one of those, 8 to 10 year type tackles that protects my guy's blind side, I'm fine with that.
It's gotta be Cortland Sutton right here. If it's a wide receiver, I think he rated out as the best wide receiver in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Calvin Ridley.
I don't. Yeah, I know they had. I know they. I think Ridley kind of was by reputation a little bit, though. I don't think Ridley's.
Yeah, I don't like Ridley because he's not.
projected.
And I don't like Ridley because he's not a big guy. I don't know. I just don't like little wide receivers. But I guess Odell Beckham Jr. is doing pretty good. So
Right.
I tell you, the guy.
it's the trade.
I like the Bills being aggressive here.
Yep.
I do too.
Because they had
playoff
two
team.
picks to begin with, and they moved up from both of those. That's what you call aggressive, for sure.
Huh. Not bad trade.
No, a third and a fifth, that's not terrible.
Here's my thinking: if Buffalo goes with Ridley here, Allen throws a great deep ball. Ridley's a great deep receiver. Allen also has great escapability out of the pocket. He can extend the play. And Ridley is a guy who's very hard to cover for long because of his speed.
Makes
because
sense.
he's small, he gets in the open spaces. I don't think they're going to make that pick. I think they're going defense here, but that's just my argument for if they were to take Calvin Ridley here.
So they're looking for a down the field duo, which they could use.
I'd like him to take Ridley just so Dallas doesn't have to.
So Dallas doesn't flirt with taking him. Yeah.
Yeah. I just
get him off the board. Yeah.
This draft is getting very
interesting,
weird. Yeah,
this makes you wonder how much the romance with Lamar Jackson is cooling off.
Yeah. Here we
it
go.
It could still happen. Let's see.
Bills take Jermaine Edmonds.
Good pick.
Linebacker from Virginia Tech. Yes, that's a very good pick.
He is a monster.
He's a predator. Look at that hair.
I think he fell down maybe 5 to 6 spots too. So I think they got a very good value right here.
Oh yeah.
That's probably why they jumped up.
Yeah, this kid's good. I think they got a safe pick here.
It makes me wonder if the Ravens felt they could still get Jackson if they moved back.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think that they looked at the rest of the field here. You have the Chargers and then probably not much else that would probably look to take Jackson away from them.
Here's my opinion on Edmonds, and see if you agree, Adam, because I know you know a lot about him. You're because you thought the Raiders might pick him. If he would have stayed in college one more year, he's a guaranteed top 10 pick next year. That's my opinion of him. But because he's so young and raw,
yep.
And I think he's the Roquan Smith of next year's draft if he stayed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree to a certain extent. I think that Roquan's instincts are a little bit superior.
We lost him.
That's why we do it live.
Yeah, this guy looks like pretty.
He looks like a
solid
beast.
Guy. Yeah, and they're showing all of his awards there, and nothing. Shabby about that.
Jason said he's such a raw talent that he's only going to get better.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a 2-year weight guy. Like he's going to come out next year. He might struggle a bit. He might not hit his top potential. I think he might be a 2019, 2020 guy that you have to
because he's
almost
just going to
wait
turn
a year.
20 in like 2 weeks.
I mean, he looks young. If you look at him, if he didn't have those dreads, I would think he was just a tall 14, 15-year-old.
Yeah, do you trade up for a guy that you might be good in 2 years, though?
They gave up a third for him. He's there. He's in the middle of the first round. He could be a top 6 pick next year. I think you do. Okay.
Yeah. I guess, like I've said before, if there's a guy you want, he's there. Go get him.
Yeah, go get him. Especially if the price isn't too steep.
I'm back.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an interesting pick. I don't know where the Chargers are going to go here.
Oh, Lamar Jackson, still there. You need a quarterback. You have a young receiver.
I don't know. I think Phillip Rivers might have a few years left in him, and he always puts up good stats.
But he's talking about a tough guy. He's another.
He's not a
guy.
winner, though. The guy's just not a winner.
Also, since his last big deal, he's kind of reverted back to being a little bit of a turnover machine again.
Here's a name I'll throw out there to you with them. They have Joey Bosa, right?
Yes.
Right.
Why not draft Harold Landry and have 2 of the best young defensive ends, edge rushers in the NFL? Boston College.
Because they have Hayward on that line too, right? They have another good guy
who sort of can function. Ingram can function as sort of an edge. I was thinking maybe they might go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, any good linemen left in the draft? Because they definitely need an offensive line. But
yeah, I was thinking it might go interior defensive line if there's anybody good out there.
I'm not sure if there's that many O linemen that are left.
They're showing the guys.
Ta-
Well, there's a tackle there.
Taven Bryan from Florida is a pretty good interior defensive lineman.
Yeah. Don't know if they would go that far, reach that far, just take somebody a little closer to Derwin James, that's a good point. Derwin James is still on the board.
Yep.
That's hard to pass up. Gosh.
Yeah, it's a hell of a talent.
That's a guy that's just a guy that just immediately is a playmaker in the NFL.
I'd be calling New England right now.
Yeah, really.
Do you want Lamar Jackson? Because we like your other 2 first-round picks.
I think, like you were saying before, a lot of people are soured on that guy now for some reason.
I think it's the body. I think it's the body.
Well, they said Russell Wilson was too small.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson is built different than Lamar Jackson. Wilson is more of a he brings like a force to his body. Lamar Jackson to me is like he's like almost beanpole-y, I guess I would say. There's like a difference. Yeah, he has a little height, but he doesn't have the solid body that like I like Brady's a tall, solid guy, But Brady was small when he came into the NFL. He didn't look very good physically, but
I'd so maybe put a flak jacket on him and give him some bigger shoulder pads. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Obviously, that's just going to hinder him.
Here, the pick is in, so they're taking this. They're committed to whoever this guy is.
I know they're going to have a nasty defense if they continue to build it. Plus, Gus Bradley's their coordinator.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Speaking of defense, there's a couple guys here too that I look at. Alexander didn't go, right? The corner from Louisville.
No.
Jairi Alexander.
Nope, he didn't go yet.
He brings a lot of extra stuff too, because he's also a punt returner. He's a very good punt returner.
It's funny watching the scroll there on the bottom of all the draft guys, and it's just like. Yeah, I don't think anybody got this one right of all the mocks. It was so crazy, the draft. And
a lot of trades.
Great.
I had a nice little run in there for a minute of like 4 or 5 picks in a row. And then it's like, because
some people went a little nuts there with their weird drafts, but their team, they can do whatever they want.
I had Allen to Buffalo when they made the trade. I had Roquan, which we all had that. McGlinchey to San Fran, and then Rosen to Arizona, we all knew.
Here we
Minka
go.
Fitzpatrick, I had no idea about.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Come on, Lamar Jackson.
Chargers take Derwin James.
There he goes. Couldn't pass up on him.
Yeah, can't pass up that.
I can't blame him.
Safety,
No.
yeah.
Look at this guy. He's happy. Happy guy. I guess they're all happy, but look at him.
He fell, man. I had him going. I had him going like 12 or so. Really, like 11, 12.
Yep.
Some people had him in the top 10. I think Dallas was hoping he was going to fall even two more.
Tampa at 7.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty sure he was going to go in the top 10 or 12.
That's a good value pick at 17.
Absolutely.
That's a very good. That is a very good value pick. Him and Edmonds. That's a double. Seattle. They're supposed to be looking for defensive line help. Who do we have? That's
the
good?
end. The end that I was just talking about.
The kid from Boston College.
Yeah, the kid from Boston College, who I actually like. Harold Landry is his name. I like him.
Maybe he's the one then. I know they definitely want to replace defensive line.
Well, that means my Dallas Cowboys got 3 wide receivers to pick from.
Yeah.
Where do the Cowboys stand with Seattle, or if any of you guys know on this Earl Thomas negotiation?
Well, Joey said that, what was it? They wanted a second for Earl Thomas? Is that what the rumor was?
They wanted a second-round pick.
For Earl Thomas?
Whoa.
What's up? Trade.
Green Bay just traded up into this spot.
Oh, all of a sudden.
Wide receiver. They're jumping Dallas. They're jumping Dallas for Sutton.
Yeah, could be.
Wait, no, they need the deep threat because they have Cobb and Adams, so they're going to want the deep threat. So Ridley actually may fit better here.
Well, that's fine. I'd be okay with that because I don't think that Dallas was thinking about him.
Yeah,
I think Dallas is set on that Cortland guy.
What's his name?
Oh.
From SMU.
Cortland Sutton.
Oh, okay.
That's who I think Dallas is high on. I would take the DJ Moore guy, but I'm obviously not Jerry Jones. And he's not returning my calls.
I think Green Bay might end up taking the corner here, Alexander from Louisville, the one that's been hanging around, because that would be a value pick here. I think I thought he would go like 14 or 15, so they're getting him a few picks later. I mean, they already moved. They wanted him at 14. They moved back. They got something. Maybe now they kick back up and get him at 18.
And I think Green Bay's pretty set at running wide receiver.
It says here Green Bay gave up a third and a sixth.
Okay, so what did they get? They got a third and a fifth, right, when they traded out? Was that what it? I don't remember. These numbers are confusing me now.
Yeah, I think it was.
But Seattle moved back 7 spots.
Oh, not bad, I guess.
Not at all.
It's got to be Alexander. That's the guy I think they were targeting the whole camp and the whole the lead up or whatever they do, you know.
Right.
Well, the way the trades have been going today,
you never know.
F knows, yeah. Which is great.
We can be pretty sure that Detroit's going to go defense. Cincinnati's probably going to draft a center. Or Cincinnati would probably draft a center, but now look at Baltimore, New England, right on top of each other in the Lamar Jackson sweepstakes. They're literally from each other.
Yeah, you're right.
Would New England take a quarterback though?
They might, because they have 2 first-rounders.
Brady will play till he's 65.
I'll tell you, I think before the draft's over, they're going to draft. I think they might draft 2 quarterbacks. One obviously would be much later on. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if they drafted 2.
No, they were pretty good drafting Brady in the 6th round or something, wasn't it? So, but a little different now, isn't it?
It is. I mean, there are not very many super well kept secrets that far back. I think what hurts guys most of the time is injury stuff. You know, that keeps them that far back, and then they end up being really good players. Other than that, I don't think there's too many secrets that deep. These guys spend too much time, you know, living, eating, and sleeping, and player analysis.
You sound like you're underwater.
Do I?
Yeah.
I blame you guys.
They sound good now.
Yeah, I thought you
it
were
was
playing
really muffled.
underwater football or something.
Let me know if I sound bad again.
No,
you're good now.
I want to try and stay in my general spot. I was moving around a little bit, so.
We're going to lose all of our sponsors. Jeez.
Yeah.
Pick is in.
We didn't pay to hear this crap.
We're going to owe them money.
Yeah, you never know.
So you think Green Bay's going to pick?
I think they're going to take the secondary guy, especially considering they traded Demarius Randall over to the Browns.
Yeah, I think Alexander is the guy I go here from Louisville.
Yeah,
makes sense.
They liked him at 14.
You hope so, Lance, so they don't take you a receiver.
Well, there's 3 to pick from, so
I know
they can't pick all 3.
If they took the right receiver, he wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
If they take Sutton, he's gonna, you know.
I think all those 3 receivers there are are going to be fine. It just sucks. I got to try to pick from one of them.
Yeah, here we go.
Remember, there's always one significantly better than the others, though.
Yes.
Alexander? There it is.
Yep, there it is. They take Jair Alexander, cornerback from Louisville.
Also made the Cowboys pick easier because they also need a cornerback. So he's gone.
So you would figure they would go wide receiver.
Yeah, they have to. I'm thinking
either that or defensive line.
Here's another thing. Is it possible with all the receivers that are there, could they trade back? Would New England possibly move up here? Would Cincinnati, Detroit, Baltimore? Baltimore's still there. Lamar Jackson's there. Would New England try to jump them now to get Lamar Jackson if they wanted him?
It's very possible.
You're gonna have to. Baltimore's they're sitting in the driver's seat for Jackson because nobody in front of them is going to take him. So
I can't see them getting. I can't see them getting Dallas's pick because I'm pretty sure Dallas is stamped on Courtland Sutherland guy, and I don't think they're gonna Sutton. Sorry, I don't think they're gonna risk falling back to New England because Baltimore also needs a wide receiver.
That's very true. Also,
well, not according to Baltimore.
Remember,
they also know there's true. 3 of them out there that there's 3 to pick from, and.
But I have to agree with Jason. It seems like they always need a receiver.
When have they not needed receivers? Yeah.
And obviously, if Dez ain't going there, it's like
no, they actually signed Willie Snead.
Yeah,
but I mean that's.
Yeah, I know it's not exciting.
They gave him an offer sheet, and New Orleans could have matched it. And New Orleans was like saying, "Thank you."
See, here's the thing, too, is you look at the 2 teams and what they need. Dallas needs a wide receiver. Baltimore needs a wide receiver. Sutton fits Dallas a lot better, and Ridley fits Baltimore a lot better. So they both might be content with sitting here and taking those 2. And then New England might end up lucking out and getting Jackson and never having to move.
Right. That would be just like them, too.
Oh, Jerry's happy. There he is in the war room.
So that means they're getting
somebody.
That means Jerry's getting the guy he wanted, which means you're about to see a terrible draft pick come in. Let me look at my late second round picks here and see which guy Dallas is taking.
So somebody should have been pretty good for the last few years in their picks. So
offensive lineman coming up. You ready for this one? Will Hernandez from Texas El Paso. Here it comes, El Paso.
That'd be funny.
They do like that guy, though, I think so.
It's only a 15
Isaiah Wynn
ahead.
Isaiah Wynn, possibly. Frank Ragnow from Arkansas, the center. It wouldn't surprise me if Dallas went line here.
Never know.
I think they were saying the only guy they would have got on the line if they could have bumped up to get Nelson. But
yeah, that's fair.
They got to go wide receiver here. I don't know, like I said, like you were saying, Jerry and his crazy trades sometimes.
Can I point something out to you, too, of how badly, set up and looked this draft is compared to last year in Philly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was there last year, and that setup and whole atmosphere and the way they did that down the Parkway was incredible.
That was pretty cool, yeah. I think they were going for more capacity than quality here.
Well, they cut 60% of the stadium off, though. Is that what you meant? Oh, yeah, they do have a lot of people right there, I see. I didn't realize that.
And,
yeah, they said that's like a 20,000 seat venue where they're having the draft.
Yeah, they're not in the actual AT&T Center, I think. I think they're in somewhere different. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I remember reading about it.
The podium and stuff is in the corner of the actual football stadium, but that stuff out there is outside in the walkway leading up to it.
Oh, okay.
Where Aikman and them are at is actually outside of the stadium, because you could see the entrance behind them when they pan back.
Uh-huh.
They're saying that they like DJ Moore better than the other two receivers. That's what Aikman just said.
What's
That's
that?
what somebody online said the same thing right before earlier today.
I'm hoping with DJ Moore just because he's a 6'4", 6'5". When you're 6'4", 6'5", that means you stick your hands in the air, you're almost 10 feet tall. It's like,
well, and you can throw jump balls.
It's a good run after the catch guy too.
And they need to replace a Des Bryant guy, right? That jumps up and gets it.
Well, the thing I love about this pick is if you guys take DJ Moore, we have Sidney Jones to cover him. So,
taking a while. Maybe they are trading down, but no, I guess Jerry was all happy there.
They're just taking their sweet time.
Yeah, it's true. I guess
melodramatic.
Yeah, it is in Dallas, isn't it? They got
get up with the NFL now too. If you're trading your pick, it has to be traded like before you actually hit the clock now, so they know like immediately. That's why with like 8 minutes left, it'll go. A new team will flip onto the clock real quick.
Yep,
they don't want any of that debacles anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That's who I figured if they go defense, they'd take the linebacker from Boise State.
Oh, I hope so, because I don't have him ranked as a top first-round talent. I have him out of the first round.
There were some fair speculation that Dallas and also Baltimore could have interest in him.
Oh, Dean wanted to say that it's a great show. It's 3 a.m. over there, and he's at work, so we're helping the time go by.
Oh, awesome. He's an overnighter, which is good to have something to keep you going.
Yeah, Dino sits in front of the those security cameras all night, and watches all the drunks do stupid things.
Shit. Yeah, we're talking Leighton Vander Esch is the linebacker from Boise State, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they take him.
Cowboys got to take a wide receiver.
I have him out of the first round. Vander Esch, no offense to
Dininger
him,
did
but
too, Jason. They said because he has a neck issue.
Yeah, I have him early second round. Like I'm gonna say like 34 to like 40.
Yeah, I think most of the issue that dropped him out of the first round was because of the neck, from what I heard.
Yeah, contact guy. It's not good to have neck issues.
That's true.
Not a guy who's got to drop his head into a lot of hits. Tree can't stand without its trunk.
That's very true.
Well, you're not allowed to drop your head in football anymore. That's a 15-minute penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell that.
How are you supposed to tackle?
That's what the NFL wants. They don't want tackles. 50-point games are fun. The Super Bowl was fun this year when it was
50-49.
Oh, come on, Dallas. Jerry Jones is. What, they have to wake him up?
Pick his hand. Had to thaw him out of his cryo chamber.
Yeah.
They want the crowd to wait, so when it happens, they cheer. It's got to be.
Guy looks like
DJ Moore. That's who I'm.
Jerry looks like he might be the star of the Tales from the Crypt reboot pretty soon.
Yeah, really. Oh, for God's sake.
How many people do you have to have out with him to do the pick?
Everyone. Every single person on the planet.
I hope the Eagles trade up soon, man. I want that crowd to
boo like
crazy. Any of those kids wearing a Dallas shirt? No, okay. Oh, they're their high schools. Okay.
Steelers traded Martavis Bryant to the Raiders for a third-round pick.
Really?
Truly?
100% confirmed by Adam Schefter.
You hear this, Adam?
I hear it.
And Dino, he's Pittsburgh.
Well, I said he might go tonight, Bryant.
I think that's a great deal for the Raiders.
What was the again?
I don't disagree.
They needed a deep threat.
He hasn't announced the pick yet.
Here we go. What did I say?
They took
Leighton Vander Esch, linebacker from Boise State.
Okay, Cowboys are going to trade up. and try and get a wide receiver coming up here. Gotta be.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. That's a stretch pick, man.
Oh, and when you announced,
I'm not happy with it, but
when you announced that Bryant was traded, Dino wrote in big caps, "Yeah."
Yeah, that's an issue off of that team.
He was worried. He was worried that Van Der Esch would fall to the Steelers.
Gee, I'm not happy with this, but this is what it is.
If he holds up, he's a very versatile player.
We got a lot of linebackers. We don't need linebackers. We need wide receivers, and we need cornerbacks, and we need defensive linemen. But like I said before, you can't have too many linebackers, I guess.
I guess because of Hitchens leaving.
Hey, I wanna point something out here. The Van Der Esch, they said I saw something where they thought his issues could have been a little bit caused by the turf out there in Boise.
Yeah.
And he's going to a team that plays on turf, which may not be the best thing in the world for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that obviously was not taken into consideration.
Yeah, I didn't have him going first round.
I'm not happy with this pick at all.
No, I agree with you because you needed a wideout.
Where's the reset button? Where is that? Jeez. If I unplug the modem and put it back in, will it reset everything? Jesus.
I told you when Jerry had that look on his face that a weird pick was coming in.
He had that.
When Jerry's happy.
Yeah, he had that look on his face that he had taken over.
He won his battle.
You guys gotta get him out of there, man. You really got to get him out of there.
What? Fold the team? He's the owner.
You got to get him out of full control, man. Somehow, like you need a hostile takeover from the Jones family.
He wanted to be the coach a few years ago, but the rules said you can't be the owner and coach. That's how bad it was. Jeez.
So the Raiders now have Amari Cooper, Jordy Nelson, and Martavis Bryant. Merry Christmas, Derek Carr.
Yep. If he can't make that work with John Gruden
teaching him how to play
quarterback,
and
quit.
He also just got a stud offensive tackle, in my opinion.
Yeah. Which really, there was basically one repair job away from having a full line again. So their lines.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam, that trade back that the Raiders did got them Martavius Bryant.
Yeah, they got the third in that trade.
Okay.
There you go. So they basically got Bryant and the lineman for their first-round pick.
Wasn't Bryant complaining about not getting the ball, getting enough passes in Pittsburgh? And now he's going to a team with all those guys? Good luck. You're the third guy. But, hey, whatever. It's great for Oakland.
Let him get open. He'll get the ball.
Yeah, I guess hard to cover three awesome guys, isn't it?
Well, there's the same thing.
One guy.
Same thing over there. I mean, except the thing is his ego got in the way of his brain because you're never going to get be the first look in front of Brown.
The best wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion.
Brown's never going to be the second read behind Martavius Bryant. He needed.
Then you have Juju Smith-Schuster there, too, who's good.
So basically blew him out of the water and passed him by on the highway. Yeah.
Well, here's my thing. If they can keep Bryant...
Great receiver. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah. No problem. If they can keep Bryant in check, there's one ball, but as a lot of teams have proven, like the Eagles this past year, that one ball can be spread around and make everybody happy if Bryant's ego is... And, Gruden's a no-nonsense coach. If it starts blowing up early, I don't think you're going to see Bryant there getting much time.
He's not afraid to check egos. I.e.,
he's not going to put up with a bunch of crap.
Well, who's the guy? I just lost his name. He gave him his unconditional release. Veteran receiver. Mouthy from the Buccaneers.
Who was that?
Tall guy. played for Buccaneers, and then went to
Vincent Jackson, right? Vincent Jackson Jackson was later. Sorry,
the guy that went to the Jets. Then he was with Tampa, and then he was with, I think, Carolina for a little while. Big tall guy. You know who I'm talking about, Joey.
Keyshawn Johnson, right?
Keyshawn. Yeah.
Sorry, my mind was drawing a blank.
That's okay.
You're right.
So, I mean, if he had the stones to call his bluff and basically wave bye to him, but I don't think it'll come to that here.
And let's be honest, right? At this point of his career, at this point of his life, Gruden's got nothing to lose.
Always go back to TV.
Yes, Brian's still beneath it all. I'm sure he would like to win some football games too. So just, I think it's a matter of psychology.
Who do you see the Lions going with here with the next pick?
I'm feeling like maybe the Lions. They got to go with the Landry, right? They need a defensive guy, the edge rusher, best one left in the draft, Harold Landry from Boston College.
Defensive line, say, is absolutely top priority.
100%. That's who I think they go with, but I mean, been wrong a lot tonight.
This
draft has been different.
So, yeah.
They could go offensive line as well. Ragnow, Isaiah Wynn, a couple guys there. They don't need a receiver, do they? They have Jones Jr. and the other guy, Marvin Jones.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
There it is. Come on.
Whoa.
Oh,
Ragnow, there it is.
Ragnow, center.
That's the last name I threw out.
And I think we could actually see back-to-back centers go here. Could actually see Cincinnati take center from Iowa. Let's see.
I think you're right. I know Cincinnati wanted Ragnow bad. That was the guy they wanted. And James Daniels is the Iowa guy who I have ranked barely in the first round.
Uh-huh.
This will be interesting because it's the Bengals, the Ravens, the Pats, and then Carolina.
So who's on the clock now? They might trade out of this pick. Because their guy just went. I think they really wanted him.
Here's the thing. Could they take a quarterback?
They're in a position where Andy Dalton is not I wouldn't be fully committed to Andy Dalton.
Karen's gone.
Shoot, man,
So you got Dalton, and you got the guy that's never taken an NFL snap before, I think is what they have right now. I forget the guy's name.
Yeah. Just
it's interesting.
I was like, Dalton's never proved that he can get it done.
Well, it's interesting because I know they wanted a center pretty badly, and albeit that center from Iowa might be ranked a little bit deeper into the draft, but you also have Carolina coming up, who is going to want to bolster their interior offensive line.
Hey, yeah, here's another thing too I will throw out about Daniels, the center from Iowa. He is actually the only natural center that's ranked high, because the guy that just went, Ragnow, was a guard shift.
I think that's why it took Ragnow. Yeah, I think that's why it took Ragnow time to move up, but when he moved up, he really exploded.
It's weird. Matt Patricia, the new defensive guy, took a offensive lineman with his first pick as a head coach.
I agree. Dean said that Tomlin has to get this draft right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, their future definitely
is hanging in the balance.
Yeah, because they're getting there, man. They're at the window is closing on Pittsburgh, and they better open it back up with some young guys.
That's what I told Adam. I said they got like maybe this year and maybe one more, if they don't, bring in the right talent.
That also might be why Pittsburgh might want to look at moving up a little bit here and drafting Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be adverse to it, to be honest. I think if there's a way you can do it, you want to have a guy ready to move in.
Most definitely.
When your other guy. I mean, it doesn't, and to be fair, it often doesn't work out like that. But you have to at least have some kind of contingency plan.
I agree.
They also a quarterback that we haven't really spoken about much yet tonight is another big arm quarterback that Pittsburgh, amongst others, was said to be interested. Was that Mason Randolph? You guys have any opinions about him?
Let me look at my sheet here because I'm drawing a blank on that guy.
I'll say this about him. He's got a great arm for the deep ball, but he's kind of got the problem that Matthew Stafford had to overcome, which is when it comes to throwing an intermediate ball, somehow his arm gets weak.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him.
Like, he can throw a deep ball really strong, but when he goes to throw an intermediate ball, like, he doesn't have the zip on it. And that has a concern. Also because I think he threw to a lot of wide open guys. I think he played for like a spread offense in Oklahoma State, maybe.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yes, that the Oklahoma State spread. Yes, it's
and he's a big
adjustment.
body.
Yeah, it's a tough adjustment coming from that offense. And I don't know much about him, but when you said Oklahoma State,
yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm just down to my fucking Dallas pick. Was just, no way in hell I thought that was going to happen, but...
All right, here comes the Bengals pick.
Oh, so they're in, man. I didn't know we were going to see Cincinnati make this pick.
See what they do.
They took the other one, Billy Price,
they
center.
took the Ohio State center. Okay.
Yeah,
the Bengals.
An Ohio side job.
I didn't have him in the first round.
I'm shocked that they would take him ahead of the Iowa guy, frankly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said two centers in a row, Adam. I thought this was maybe the guy you picked the other guy, but no.
This is an Ohio heist.
Jeez.
It's an all Ohio tire burning. This is weird.
That makes my pick then look so bad, I guess.
I don't know much about him. Go ahead, John. Do you know anything about him, Jason? Because
I'm not. I mean, no. I didn't even have him in my first round.
He's not. He's not in this radar. I know that he's nowhere in this radar.
No, I saw he was a second round talent.
Yeah, they reached down a bit to get this guy. I'm not a big fan of this pick. I think Daniels from Iowa was the much better pick. Like, this thing I'm looking at right now, Billy Price was the 47th ranked prospect in this draft.
Okay.
So, and he's also going to be 24 years old. So, he's 2 years of. We have a trade. Tennessee just moved into 22.
Oh boy!
Wow.
They don't need a quarterback, but they could use a wide receiver.
That's very true.
Yeah. Give another guy to pair with Mariota.
So let's see if this benefits New England in some bizarre way. Baltimore moving out.
Yeah, because New England picks after this.
I hate how everything plays into New England's hands. Yeah, well, except for the Super Bowl this year.
yeah. They're going to look brilliant by doing nothing.
Like Brady dropping the pass he was supposed to catch didn't fall in his hands.
Oh, man, that was so awesome, wasn't it?
Yep.
Jeez.
And then all the memes that you saw of the Super Bowl trophy slipping through his hands.
Yeah.
That's about time Karma bit his ass.
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted that Frank Ragnow sounds like someone that died in season 3 of Game of Thrones. I don't like.
He kind of does. Yeah, Ragnow. Sounds like a Viking, one of those Viking gods or something.
Yeah.
Ragnarok, Ragnow.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Amazing show.
People look at me and go, "You don't watch that show?
You poor lost souls.
You look like one of the guys
show.
in it."
Love it.
Oh.
Not a big fan of the incest that goes on it, but good show.
I'm a fan of all of it. I'm a shameless degenerate. I love all of it. The violence, everything.
It's amazing.
Give it another shot. Start at season 1.
Stick with it. Season 1 slow until you get about 7 episodes in, and then it just gets insane, and it doesn't stop.
I tell you what, though, Jason. Honestly, if you think about the first couple episodes of season 1, there's some significant upheaval that goes on in that show, like right out of the gate.
Yeah, the first episode for sure, and
it gets a little careful. But I don't think, like, we're not used to seeing shows like that, because the shows we do now, it's like they're so deliberate, trying to keep people alive until the last possible moment.
Yeah, not Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, if you like a character on that show, keep it to yourself.
Because that person will die.
Yeah, because George R.R. Martin will read your tweet and write him out of the show just to spite you.
Let's put it like this. I'm on my 15th favorite character and the 14th ahead of him, or R.I.P.
I don't even say who mine is, because
me either.
I've been very fortunate that my ultimate favorite has made it this far, and I know the minute I say anything, they're going to be gone. So I'm just like,
George R.R. Martin just read your mind, and he's going to kill Samuel Tarly next season. Get ready.
The Titans got this pick and a 6th round pick, and Baltimore got a 4th round pick.
Okay. It's not bad. So, let me tweet real fast right here. My favorite Game of Thrones character is Cersei. Okay, so she should be done soon.
The only thing I seen of Game of Thrones was the South Park parody of it. So.
Oh, the wiener. Yeah, wiener.
So there you go.
Yeah, it was a very good parody. That episode was very funny.
Pick is in.
Tennessee, are they going with Harold Landry from Boston College as Mike Mayock just predicted?
Have to see.
I had Landry going at 20, so he's in this range.
He's about
Here comes Goodell.
Could it be Isaiah Wynn? Could they protect their quarterback now?
Let's see.
They took the
Sean Evans,
linebacker.
linebacker, Alabama.
Oh, I wanted the Eagles to possibly move up and grab him.
If the Cowboys were going to get a linebacker, they should have got this guy. Jesus.
I agree with that, actually, Lance. I agree.
I wanted this guy. He is a great outside cover guy. He's a 3-down linebacker. He's Michael Kendricks, man. We could have replaced Michael Kendricks with this guy. The Eagles?
Yeah, with a better Michael Kendricks.
I did like this guy. I thought whatever. I'm done with that. I'll do the next pick. I'm just hoping maybe one of those three wide receivers might fall to. I think Cowboys are 50, so
never know.
Yeah, I'm thinking if they want one, they're gonna have to trade up. But
hey, you guys will be all right, Lance.
Just stunned.
That's a good pick.
Not with Jerry Jones in charge.
Yeah, I know.
They should have switched his key card to that room with like some old key card to a Holiday Inn Express and just like left it out in the hallway.
I mean, nobody in your whole organization has an Ambien they could have slipped into his drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's on the clock now? New England?
The Evil Empire.
Wow. Yeah, everything falls into their hands.
Do they pick that quarterback though? Yeah.
Well, they've got to pick now, and they've got to pick like 9 picks from now, right? 8 or 9.
Yeah, they're. I think it's 6, right?
1, 2, 3,
something
4,
like
5,
that.
31, 8, 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot they're 31 because they were the runner-up, so they get 31.
Cool. So yeah, it's interesting to see.
Oh, I just thought of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Gronk may not be there much longer.
Right.
Hayden Hurst, the tight end from South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard New England was thinking about that guy too, but
because he won't make it to them because Jacksonville loves him at 29.
That's right.
Remember the 2 tight end attack they had a few years ago with the killer there?
Yep.
You know, that was pretty deadly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Could
I think
could they take the tight end from Penn State too, maybe, Jason?
I have him down further. I think Hurst is the better player. I think Hurst translates into the NFL better because the offense he got a lot of openings there in
To the Barkley.
Penn State because of Barkley and the guy before Barkley, they had a great receiver with him the year before that helped him. I can't remember the kid's name.
Yeah, they lost 2 wide receivers. Do they grab one here? I don't know.
That's possible.
Well, they could take Hurst here and get a receiver at 29 or 31.
Sure enough, yeah.
They have options here. I think Atlanta's going to take. I was thinking Atlanta might take the receiver.
Thank you.
You're muffled again, Adam.
All right, let me sit back up here.
You're better. Yeah.
Okay, I know exactly what it is now. I've narrowed it down to 1/16 of an inch.
Yeah, don't lean back in the chair.
Oh, I have an update. I don't know if you guys care about this, but the Milwaukee Bucks just beat Boston and forced Game 7 in their playoff series.
Nice.
Very fine. Is that the only game tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only game tonight. And the Penguins beat the Capitals in Game 1, and the Golden Knights are destroying the Sharks 4-0 10 minutes into the game.
Wow.
What a team, eh? Expansion team too.
Yeah.
Maybe
Good
in the
for
Stanley
them.
Cup. Oh, I looked at that team. I knew that team was going to be good because the NHL, they let the protected players. I mean, they let a lot of great players available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
And,
that they did a good thing there, I think that's what you're saying, right? They did a great thing to force talent into Vegas.
Yeah. And they put
Is that what you're
together a
saying,
really
Lance?
damn good team.
Lance,
Yeah.
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I think you can only protect 10 players on your team, basically. So out of your whole team of even young guys, you can protect 10. So that's a lot of guys left over to pick from.
Yeah, and a big
A lot
thing
of
is
big
one-
contracts were left out there too. Like Joe Thornton was left out there. They didn't pick him, and because teams were hoping that they would pick him because take that huge.
They ended up with a few of them, like Fleury, the goalie, who's had an amazing year for them. Pittsburgh
Wow.
basically threw him away.
Well, they had the young guy, so
Matt Murray, yeah, who I mean is definitely better down the road than long term, but it's working out for both teams.
yeah. And now the Raiders are going there. What do you think about that, Adam? What do you think of the Las Vegas Raiders?
I'm a little concerned that they might fall victim to a heathen lifestyle, but other than just the attachment to Oakland, I guess it's just what are you going to do about it? I can live with it.
I
think
was
it's a
kind
travesty.
of hoping in a way that when Cleveland Browns left, they went to wherever they went. To
Baltimore.
Right.
Cleveland still got to keep the name. I was hoping that Oakland would be allowed to keep the name, and then maybe some year a team would come back. But it is the
that
Davis
wasn't-
family owns that name. And
No, that wasn't Cleveland allowed to keep the name. That was Modell wanting to throw the Browns name away because of the taint on it. He thought it was a losing name, and Modell wanted a new name and everything.
He wanted a clean, fresh start, basically. Yeah.
I guess he was right, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Worked out for them. Yeah.
Honestly, man, I think it's terrible. I think Oakland Raiders belong in Oakland. The Raiders should have
I agree.
stayed in Oakland. The Raiders should have got a new stadium in the Oakland area.
I've been through all those emotions. Believe me. Yeah, you're right.
It's a travesty. It is.
I think the NFL is better with the Oakland Raiders, not the Vegas Raiders.
It's true. It's true.
I wish they would have changed the name. But here we go. Pick is in.
Here we go. See what New England. You never know what New England's going to do.
Now I hope nobody drafts wide receivers, so I can maybe get one in the second round.
I'm going with the tight end right here. I'm calling it. I'm calling Hayden Hurst from South Carolina, and you can tell me I'm an idiot in about 90 seconds.
Well, you never know with Bill Belichick.
I think Hurst just fits that team so well.
Jason, you're pretty usually dead on these.
I'm about to say, especially with Gronk teasing that he was not going to come back.
Yep, I think Hurst is perfect, man. He's a split wide guy too. He runs the field well. He's a Gronk replacement.
Right. It's not beneath
about to find out.
to send a message with this pick too. Yep, took an
Patriots
offensive
take
lineman.
Isaiah Wynn, tackle.
Not a bad pick because they lost 2 offensive linemen.
Yep.
They announced him as a tackle. He's a guard. He's 6'2". He can't be a tackle. He'll never be able to block the guy off the end to jump up and knock the ball down.
Says here left
They're
tackle
saying he's a
conversion.
left tackle conversion guy.
So they maybe pop him back into guard.
Like you said, Jason, he's too small to be a left tackle.
No,
Yeah,
he's
left
a
tackle's one of
guard.
the most important positions, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a guard. And
Look
they
what
just
this
said-
says. He started all 15 games at left tackle in 2017.
Did he?
Started 12 games at guard in 2016. This is what I'm reading off the TV.
Okay.
So, but yeah, your point is still legitimate though. that
Yeah, because
he's
that's
definitely-
small.
Yeah.
He's a guard. But hey, I mean, Belichick's
Belichick
a
will have to
genius.
tinker. Yep, that's his problem now.
Hey, he thinks he knows more.
So Carolina's up. They need a receiver, right? Or did they? Oh no, they got the guy from us, Torrey
Torrey
Smith.
Smith.
Got it. Well, there you go. Ridley's the perfect guy to learn under Torrey Smith. You have a big guy down there too, right? What's his name? Funchess? Is Funchess there still?
I think so.
Yeah. So if you have a big outside guy, you have a burner guy in Ridley. I think Ridley's a good pick here for them.
And they just re-signed Olsen for 2 years. No tight
Yeah.
end.
So I mean, well, this is a double tight end league now, so Hurst still could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, Olsen's not exactly a spring chick anymore.
And
He's also an injury guy too. He gets hurt a lot.
That is so true.
You know what's crazy is I'm starting to believe that tight end might be one of the most dangerous positions in the NFL because all of them get hurt.
Well, you got to
Jason
do
Witten.
everything. You got to block. You got to catch. You got to run. You got to do everything.
yeah,
I don't
that's
think
true.
Jason Witten has had a single injury his whole life.
Makes
Well,
it
he
that
did-
much more amazing.
He did miss like half a year, didn't he? Lance, 1
No,
year,
no, he missed one game because
1 game.
he broke his jaw, and he came back the next game with a. I think he's their Iron Man right now. Yeah,
You know what? You are right.
I'm not 100% about that, obviously.
Always respected Witten. He's tough as nails.
Witten, Cowboys have a history of very good tight ends. Well, Novacek, right, was.
Yep.
Did they transition right from Novacek to Witten?
And
I
I
mean,
think
look.
no, we had what's his name there for a bit that he's Bennett for a bit. We got rid of him because we had got Witten.
Jason Witten has missed 1 game in his entire career.
Yeah, he had a broken
Amazing.
jaw.
His rookie year.
Okay, he did play the game with the broken jaw then. Yeah.
Yep, because he's been 16 every year but his rookie year. He's played 16 games.
That's
And
tough.
he
Yeah, he had-
started every single Cowboys game since 2004.
Wow. That's
He's yeah.
he might be the league Iron Man at the moment. I'm not sure, but
When I think of him, I remember when he went over the middle against the Eagles at home in Philly, and he got hit, and his helmet flew off, and he just kept
The helmet
playing.
off. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, because I remember he had the broken jaw, and they said this is going to end his Iron Man streak, and out he came. Just tape it up.
Yeah, tape it up with a nice syringe full of something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, broken jaws aren't nice. Obviously, it wasn't that broken.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot
I
of
mean-
different broken jaws, aren't there?
I would have to say, I'd have to guess that there are. I remember one time Oakland I think lacerated his kidney in the preseason, and I thought for sure that would cost him some real time. It's like, nope, he started the regular season.
Yeah.
I think that was Rolando McClain did that to him, and I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that
You got
say
two
it.
kidneys. You're fine. You got 2 of them. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you got
need-
2. It's okay.
You don't need to pee for 3 hours.
We could take one out. We could switch them around. There's a lot of stuff we could do with kidneys. Yeah.
Carolina's pick is in.
Okay.
I think Ridley makes too much sense right here for them, but
Yeah,
I mean, they could go to tight end as well.
Trading Benjamin away.
Calvin Ridley, man, I like the guy downfield.
Newton to Ridley. He can chuck that ball, can he?
I like Ridley here. I think I'm hitting puberty. My voice just cracked twice.
Either all saying wide receiver. Got it.
Troy likes wide receiver. Yeah.
Well, I thought they were saying Carolina was maybe going to trade up to try to beat Dallas on the wide receiver, but
Kind of fell in their lap.
yeah,
Jones strikes again.
I still think that center from Iowa is possible because their interior offensive line is cruddy.
Yeah, James.
Oh yeah,
Daniels.
with Ryan
Good
Khalil.
point. Good
Yeah.
point.
Here we go.
I think New England might look at the center from Iowa too.
Probably.
Finish their offensive line.
there goes my guy.
Up there goes
DJ
Maryland.
DJ Moore, wide receiver, Maryland.
Good pick.
Yeah, that's the guy I wanted.
We play Carolina this year again, the Eagles.
Yeah.
We play them every year, and I don't understand how.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's like you always, get the one team you play every year. It's not in your
Yeah.
division.
It's not automatic, right? It's not an automatic game, but somehow you end up playing them.
Well, it's all done by a computer mathematic.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
how New England used to play the Colts every year.
It's done by Carson Wentz versus Cam Newton. That's what it's done
Yeah,
by.
I know.
Yeah.
There's
Damn,
so many
there's the guy I
stories there.
wanted.
Ron Rivera was a former Eagles coach, so it's there. The NFL knows they're building TV. He's from Philadelphia, DJ Moore.
Okay, I'm totally wrong. This isn't the guy I wanted.
Quarter
You
watching
wanted Sutton.
here.
You wanted
yeah, he was the tall guy. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
Sutton's
he's
the
still
tall
there.
guy.
Yeah, okay. I'm fine with this then. Jeez, good thing I wasn't picking. Hey, you picked the wrong guy.
I'll tell you what, if Sutton falls back to 32, you think Howie Roseman might like that pick?
Stranger things have happened.
Sutton.
You think Dallas and Philly would trade? Is that what you're thinking?
No.
No,
I'm
that's
saying
never
the Eagles
happened.
might pluck him
No,
to keep
okay,
him
yeah,
out
I'm
away from
thinking,
Dallas.
God, the moon's going to explode and the sun's going to turn yellow before that trade's going to happen. Or I guess it's
What,
yellow.
the Eagles and Cowboys make a trade?
Yeah. Think that would ever happen?
Yes, they have before.
Really? Okay, I guess.
Can you
I remember
remember what
one
the trade
time
was?
during the draft, and all the Eagles fans were going crazy. It was for like a defensive end that the.
Oh, I'm sure Jason knows the trade. What was it, Jason?
It was during the
I don't know.
McNabb era.
Oh, okay. I thought you do. Okay.
I don't know.
That's weird.
There's like some things you vividly remember. That was one of them.
I guess it's anything's possible. I guess now because it's you want to win, you get a good deal, you're gonna take it.
Yeah.
But look at that. Cam Newton, McCaffrey, Smith, Moore, Olsen.
And they just re-signed Olsen to like a 2-year extension.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian McCaffrey, he's one hit away from being out in out a year, being so little.
He's gonna be like, even though I don't think he has like the elusiveness, they want him, I think, to be like their Alvin Kamara.
Well, Kamara's like 6'2" or something, and Isn't he? He's a big guy.
Let me look.
Yeah. I think McCaffrey's like 5'10" or something.
I don't know how tall Kamara is, but I know he's well built.
5'10", 215.
Is who? The
Kamara.
Yeah, well, 215 is pretty big. What's a McCaffrey?
Let me look it up.
Google it up. Google it up.
Fire
About
up the Google
about the same
machine.
size. I think McCaffrey's smaller than Kamara, right?
I'm about to look,
Yeah.
find out. He is 5'11", 205.
Okay, that's not
So
small.
they're about
okay.
the same.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I was wrong. Yeah. It just looks smaller, maybe. Maybe just
Maybe it's
the way
because they're next
pads
to
he wears.
so many guys that are friggin' huge.
Yeah. Or different
Yeah,
pads.
exactly.
Oh, I was forgetting that the Eagles actually could use a tight end as well because of Selleck and Burton gone. Yeah, and Rodgers. I think Rodgers fits more of a blocking tight end for them for the Eagles.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ravens going to pick a wide receiver here, trading down.
Ridley would fit them well.
Yeah.
I think
Makes
this might be
sense.
Sutton. Sutton fits them well. Ridley fits them well.
No way I'm getting my Sutton guy.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're. That's what they call that, a pipe dream at this point.
Yeah. Hey, Dez, ring, Dez. You want to come home, Dez Bryant?
Yeah,
Bring
we're
it back
sorry.
for the league minimum.
Yeah, we'll sign you to a one. You want your 1 year contract? All right, there it is.
Dino said and I thought I had already heard this, but the big rumor is that Harrison is going to retire as a Steeler.
Wow, I don't think that's pretty obvious, isn't it? Didn't he play there forever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's a freak of nature. Have you ever seen his off season and his
Yeah, I've
workout
seen
routines?
his workout stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That guy's like 40 years old, isn't he?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it looks like he's 20.
Insane.
Here we go.
I'm obviously not doing the James Harrison workout. Huh?
None of us are.
Yeah, believe that.
I'm on the bird diet, but I'm not on the James Harrison workout.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Baltimore does here.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the receiver.
Yeah, I think so.
This guy's saying they're taking the tight end Hayden Hurst. That's the guy I like him.
That's still a good pick too. They don't have a good
That wouldn't surprise
tight end,
me.
do they?
I
No,
like him,
because the
man.
one tight end they have keeps getting hurt, Max Williams.
All right, the pick is in, so they are taking someone. With the 25th pick, the Ravens take someone. Not a trade.
They take vacant.
Player one.
Yeah, there you go.
Insert.
Well, he's
name
ready.
here. I don't know him.
Where's the Minnesota Vikings when you need them to get jumped here? And they're at 30. That's right.
Hey, yeah.
The Vikings, and that was a heartbreaking finish for them.
Interesting. Rappaport saying that the Jaguars are interested in Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said,
Jags
1
just
year,
signed.
1 year
Didn't they just
deal,
sign-
Lance.
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah, there
They
you
signed
go.
Bortles, but it's a 1 year deal.
I can't
Enough.
blame him because I don't think I could put all my eggs in the Blake Bortles basket.
Well, it's 1 year
No way.
great, 2 years horrible. 1 year great, 2 years horrible.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars should have been playing in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, they just couldn't finish.
No, they took their foot off the gas.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. They
Here we
went.
go.
They did exactly what every team does against New England that gets beat. They played safe in the second half. Ask Atlanta.
There,
Ravens
yeah.
take Hayden Hurst,
Great pick.
tight end of South Carolina. Good pick.
So that means I think now the best tight end left on the board is the kid from Wisconsin, not the one from Penn State.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh, man, we're getting there. We got, 7 picks left to go?
What are we up to? 26?
Yep.
Yep, 7 remaining. And we're only at where it's only 11 o'clock. Let's go to 2.
Yeah, they're nice and quick tonight, aren't they?
Not bad.
Yeah, relative to before.
Previous years.
We're not getting out of here by midnight though.
Hey, I don't mind. Sun's still up here.
Yeah, I don't have nothing to do.
Nah, I'd just be watching the draft. So, I mean, I'm waiting for my
Might as
team
well
to
talk
pick
about
still.
it.
Yeah.
All kind of doing what we would be doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just on the conference call type of deal.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite times of the year, the NFL draft. Means the NFL's coming up soon.
This draft leading up to it, and I know some people try to say this every year, but I honestly felt like this had more variance in who was going to take who where.
I agree.
Clear through the first round than I've ever seen. Than I ever remember in recent memory, and that includes even like 1 through 10. I just don't remember this. I just don't remember this much variance.
Who knows what's going to happen? It's been great.
Yeah, there just hasn't been any. Nothing's been a sure thing. Absolutely nothing.
Tell me about it with my fucking Dallas Cowboy pick.
Hey, here's a good question right here. This kid is taken in the first round of the NFL draft, right?
Right.
He's also a great baseball player. And baseball players make more money. Baseball players make guaranteed money. Is there any chance that this kid... Oh, no, never mind. He gave up baseball, I think they just said, because he was drafted in 2000.
I was going to say, baseball players also don't get tackled to the ground every other play.
Do you remember a guy by the name of Jeff Samardzija, who was a first-round talent coming out of Notre Dame, a wide receiver, and totally told them, after football season was over, he told them, I am done with football. I will never play football again. And now he is a $20 million pitcher for the San Francisco Giants.
Well, especially if you're a pitcher, you don't got to play every six games or 5 games or whatever it is.
Yep, every 5th day.
Now we got
But you also got to be dead on.
See, look, Lamar Jackson just does not look like a quarterback. He's small. Look at him. He's like the woman's almost bigger than him in the chair.
He looks like Will Smith's. He looks like Will Smith's son. Who's Will Smith's kid?
He's tiny.
That's what he looks like. He looks like he wants to go dance disco, not play football.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this guy. Him and Mayfield were my 2 guys that I thought
they aren't messing around. The pick's in.
Yeah, Atlanta said, "Screw this. We're ready to roll, baby."
Hey, screw you guys. We want to go home.
I don't think Atlanta's gonna take a wide receiver.
Should I take a stab at it?
Go for it.
Taven Bryan, defensive tackle from Florida.
Okay.
That's why I'm going for it too. I'll pick him.
Whatever Jason says, I'm going with.
Yeah, as long as it's not a wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Taven Bryan. I think I don't know. Maybe they do go wide receiver.
They do have some D line to replace, but they do have some. They are going to want to. I think Matt Ryan's going to want to. He's going to want to fill out his 3 receiver package because you remember what's his name, the Archangel went to the Bears.
Gabriel,
yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked to see him take a receiver.
Yeah, where's Lee and Moore there?
Here we go.
I
think
Sutton or whatever.
D-line's in play here, though.
I'm going with Taven Bryan. Let's see.
Falcons take.
Woo, they
Calvin
went receiver.
Ridley.
Good call.
Wide receiver.
Matt Ryan
field
and
stretcher.
Calvin Ridley.
He's probably the most Gabriel-like of the receivers
100%.
that would go.
Yeah, where he's a game breaker.
Especially
And
when people are going to double team Julio.
They also needed more offense in the playoffs this year. Remember, they came down to 1 offensive play.
Yep.
Come on, Mitchie, this kid's happy. Wow.
Yeah, their offense really sputtered in the playoffs.
He's going to a pass-happy team, isn't he?
Hey, he looks so happy.
He looks relieved. He looks
about ready to pass out from excitement. Yeah.
He looks.
Or like everybody's hugging him. He's just like,
he's got
get
a
off me.
Falcons hat on already.
He looks stoned. Looks like he just had a big
Yeah, he looks like he's
like he
high
was-
out of his mind.
He had a
He
bolo.
celebrated 420.
He had a
Breaking
big
news:
bolo.
Calvin Ridley fails a drug test.
Yeah, where's
If he
his
stood up
gas
right
mask?
Nah, he's just shocked.
if he stood up right now, he wouldn't be able to keep his
Yeah.
legs.
The
You're
woman
gonna be
next to him. The woman next to him is about to have a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks stunned, and he looked like if he got up, he'd pass out.
So who's in this next pick? Seattle. Taven Bryan, defensive tackle.
There's your defensive line replacement, and then you have
need
the
that,
ever
don't they?
fascinating Steelers coming up.
Harold Landry is still there too. Edge rusher. Michael Bennett traded in the offseason. Oh, they need a guy.
Actually, I'm gonna call up Dino in his Pittsburgh and say, "Hey, Dino, you want to make a trade? I want to trade up. I'll take that pick. You can move back. You can have my second and my first next year."
Well, you guys are getting ready to give your second up for Earl Thomas tomorrow, so you might as
No.
well forget about that
Not-
pick.
Not now. No.
Yeah, Jerry's gonna do it. Get ready.
I don't think he's worth a second. But
Yeah, but you don't.
they
but
also
remember,
picked some unknown linebacker I never heard of. So
Remember who's in charge down there.
yeah, you can tell when it's Jason Garrett's pick and when it's Jerry Jones' pick, can't you?
Do you think
Yeah.
Jason Garrett gets to pick?
I'm sure he. Well,
No.
no. You're right.
I was halfway joking, but not.
You're 100% correct on
I was
that
being-
one.
Yeah, I was sort of being facetious, but not entirely.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think Jason Garrett never-
Ezekiel Elliott was a no-brainer. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're right.
That was
Jason
one of the-
Garrett. Jason Garrett just stands there and goes, "Yes, sir, you're right. That's a good pick."
That's why he's been there so long.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
the check
Mr.
already
Jones,
came
that
a
was a
long
great
time ago.
pick. Now, can you sign my check for me?
Hey,
Yeah.
good for him. But I thought they should have got rid of Garrett a long time ago. But
He knew what he was getting into when he took that job. I mean, he played
Yeah.
there for all those years.
well, like I said, Jerry Jones wanted to be the coach, and they said NFL. This was after Jimmy Johnson. They got rid of him back in the day. He wanted to be the coach. And no, it's against NFL rules to be the coach and owner.
And then they brought in what? Switzer. Switzer came
yeah.
in. Yeah,
And he
one
just
with
stood
Jimmy.
there and said, "Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir."
Well, he won with Jimmy Johnson's team, and then it
Yeah.
all went downhill.
True
Mhm.
enough. Well, I think the only reason we got those Super Bowls was the one trade, which is probably the most legendary trade ever, isn't it? The Herschel Walker trade.
Yeah.
42
That was-
picks for him or something.
Yeah, 8,900 picks.
That was something else.
Minnesota Vikings, was that the
Yeah.
Ricky Williams trade was the other trade that may have been
Oh,
the worst
that was-
in NFL history.
That was pretty bad too.
No,
Wasn't it?
Williams was worse because Herschel Walker was actually a Pro Bowl guy. He was a damn good football player. Ricky Williams had 2 years, and then he couldn't stay off the bong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I got Emmett Smith and what else did I get out of that?
A lot of
Fuck.
people.
Yeah, but back in the day.
All right, Seattle's up here. Yeah, I think they're going defense. I'm going to say they're going Landry or what's his name, Brian.
Well, especially if they plan on trading Earl Thomas tomorrow, right? So,
That's the rumor.
yeah, so got to fill that hole. I mean, my Cowboys don't have the second round pick tomorrow to get no wide receiver.
I think you guys lost out on the receivers. You're not going to be on the
Yeah,
clock
there's
when,
I might get
when
a.
Sutton goes.
Yeah, he's obviously not going to make it to the third round if I do that. If that Earl Thomas
Shit.
picks for real.
Sutton could go right here because remember they did trade a wide receiver. Seattle. They traded him to was it the Jets or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
But there, look, Bennett and Richardson are the two big ones that I think because they can fill it right now with Brian. Brian can fill Richardson's slot, and what's his name? Landry can fill Bennett's spot. So they could go one or the other right here and have your
Much.
Yeah, because Seattle has Baldwin, and
Seattle's also made really, really, really good choices at wide receiver with guys that really weren't that big, well known. You know,
Cole
they've
Richardson.
grabbed them. Yep.
They always make a lot out of a little. They always make production out of guys that you say,
When
who?
I
What's that
watch
guy's
them
name
play,
again?
like with Russell Wilson, it reminds me of like just Sandlot, where you just, okay, I'm gonna run around and you go there and you go there and
Yep.
Run.
Super Tecmo, 1992.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
they need
why
to
I
make a new
think
version of that with Seattle with Russell Wilson because it fits perfect.
I used to love that
But-
game. Well,
That's-
Pete Carroll
I
was
would-
happy.
I wish they'd make a new Tecmo Bowl. Wouldn't
I
that
want-
be awesome?
I want them
Yeah.
to. I want them to cut to a war room and just see a fist fight going on in there one night. The Cleveland Browns war room. Well, I guess they're not in agreement
Yeah.
on this pick.
Yeah,
The idiocracy continues.
So you guys are thinking defense here?
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
Landry or Brian.
D-line. D-line for sure. If I were
Yeah.
gonna put the
Get them
wrench in the
dumping.
dog,
I
on
told
the pick.
Lance this earlier. The only like defensive player they really kept was Bobby Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that amazing Seattle defense is playing for other people.
They have the other safety, right? Chancellor's still there.
Yeah,
Right?
but his career might be over.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's
right.
hurt really bad.
He's got a bad
Ooh.
neck injury.
Yep. Yeah, there you go, Jerry Jones. Bad neck injuries. Come on, Seattle. Get your pick in. Let's go.
Yeah, chop chop.
This seems to.
They gotta fill out 3 hours here. So
They got to beat
It's-
Dramatic.
It's over 3 hours. We're past 11.
Yeah.
time is it?
Well,
Oh,
8
it is.
o'clock for
Damn.
him.
8:05.
You're on
Still light
Turner
out here.
time. 8:05.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. You got WCW Saturday Nights coming on out there. Oh wait, that was no. I'm sorry. That was 6:05. That when that came on.
3:05.
You got the Power Hour coming on or
Yeah,
something.
there you go.
Hey, you watch it Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Dojo Wars was last night, so you missed that one.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what that is.
Nothing.
There it is.
There we
guys.
go.
There we go. Rashad
Okay.
Penny,
Running back from
surprised.
San Diego
running
State.
back.
I'm surprised.
Wow, and he's
I
a
am
little
surprised.
guy.
I don't even know who that
that-
guy is.
That's the guy. That's a guy I
Yeah.
thought Gruden might be looking at down the line.
This is
Yeah,
the guy
quite-
that the Eagles liked.
He's got quite the hairdo.
The old
Jeez.
David Tua haircut there.
Yeah.
Didn't
Makes
play.
makes me think about a left hook. But
Oh,
yeah, this is not a guy I don't think Jason and anybody saw going this early, but he is a guy that a lot of guys were smiling on in
yeah,
the new.
he looks pretty good here. I don't
Nice
know.
little move. Returner.
Yeah, he is a kickoff, not punt, but kickoff returner,
He doesn't
And
look
kinda
like
like
he's
a-
going.
bowling
Yeah.
ball type of guy.
He doesn't even look like he's trying to run full blast yet, but
Right there, he does.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
there he
quick,
goes.
man.
Run. A little juke.
He's your what's his name, Richard or whatever out there in Oakland.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
A lot of fit.
he's
More of
Richard juiced up a little bit. Yeah,
More of a pass receiver type guy.
he's a bulked up Richard. You're exactly right.
So
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
it's good.
is on the clock here.
Mm.
So we have Darius Geis, running back from LSU. We
Yeah, we
have
do.
the Sonny Michelle, running back from Georgia.
Mhm.
We have Lamar Jackson, quarterback.
Well, hey Dino, are you still in the chat?
Yeah,
Dino?
he's
If
still
you are,
here.
who
The
do you-
Steelers are up.
Who do you want, Dino?
Do we still have- We still have a safety that some people projected the Steelers taken too, right, Jason?
You have a
Yes.
name on him? I haven't seen that.
Of course not.
Let me
Hang on,
let me go
I'll
through.
look.
Do the Steelers take that
Justin
running back?
Reed.
Mitchell
Yeah, I
Virgil?
I think so. Yeah. Did you say Reed? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Justin Reed from Stanford.
Give
I
me a
think
second.
that's it,
I'll
yeah.
look.
I believe that's it.
It's
There was also a corner. Well, that corner, I think Hughes. There's several teams on the back end that were looked at
yeah,
possibly.
this mock has him taking Harold Landry.
Well, he's there, and that's a very attractive pick for anybody.
Steelers just traded Bryant. Do they take the wide receiver, Sutton guy? Or
No, because they have Smith Schuster, they have Brown, and they have
Dean
the
says
other.
he wants them to take their quarterback of the future here.
Lamar Jackson,
It's going to have to be Jackson.
or is it going to be the other kid, the kid from Oklahoma State?
Yeah,
I can't see taking Mason Randolph in the late first round.
Yeah, I agree, 100%, 100%.
Because when I think about that Oklahoma State spread, I think about one of the most prolific college passers who ever played, who never even made it to the NFL. Remember Graham Harrell? He
Yes.
passing records all throughout the NCAA. He was one of the most prolific never stepped on a NFL football field. That's how big of an adjustment the Oklahoma State spread offense is.
I thought Harrell went to Texas Tech. I thought he was a Texas Tech kid.
Maybe I'm thinking of another player, or maybe I'm actually thinking of the wrong school, in which case I apologize.
Same offense, though.
Is Graham Harrell the one who holds so many NCAA records to this day? If that's the case, then I had the wrong school, and I apologize. But it's pretty much the same offense, right?
Yeah, Graham Harrell went to Texas Tech. Yeah, same offense. Yeah, same spread kind of. It's a Southern offense. They all run it down there.
Wide open guys.
Yeah,
getting the ball. Nobody within 20 yards of them, and lining up 5 guys and all this kind of stuff. And
I remember Harrell.
You guys think maybe Pittsburgh wants to move on with Bell and goes after that running back Michelle? Last name Michelle.
The guy from Georgia.
Michelle.
Yeah. It's possible.
Take a running back. I don't think it would be because they want to move on from him. I think it's because they want to lighten his load in the interim.
I think Pittsburgh's at the end of their rope with Bell.
Here's the thing. If you draft a running back right here, you have a little leverage against Le'Veon Bell. You could say, look, we have your replacement. So what do you want to do?
I think he would just say, trade me.
And then you'll probably get a first-round pick for him. Yeah. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. And you take him to a team that sucks and,
Cleveland Browns. What do you got?
A bunch of picks for him. Yeah. Look at this. Bears leaders trying to trade back into the first round, guys.
It's
Philadelphia Eagles sitting at 32.
Said the Raiders and the Bears are two teams that are trying to jump back up into the first round.
Philadelphia Eagles are sitting at 32. I don't think we're attached to that pick at all.
Well, Steelers got their pick here.
Here comes the Steelers pick.
They're bringing someone special out.
Ryan Shazier.
That's what I'm thinking.
Gotta be, yeah. I think they said he's walking now, so.
They better give this guy a standing ovation.
Gotta be.
Yeah, it's Shazier coming out to announce the pick.
Oh, he's never gonna play again. Unfortunately, look at him. But
oh man,
that's sad. But he's walking.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna say he's walking though. That's
something.
That's something big, man. Because they're I know they were like
when I seen that I thought he was paralyzed.
It was grim.
Yes.
Hey, he's making progress. That's every little bit.
I think.
Whoa, somebody's getting some nasty feedback, or is that me?
I don't
know. Could be me.
I
walked over to the fridge.
Terrell Edmonds, safety.
Terrell Edmonds, okay.
That's who Pittsburgh takes, a safety.
6 foot, 217 safety. Not bad.
That's a good size for a safety.
Yeah.
Is he related to the other Edmonds at all?
No idea.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Oh,
First time
wow.
ever brothers have been taken in the first round.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I'm back. I'm back, guys. This is a pretty touching moment, I have to say.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, after that hit, he looked like he was going to spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair, neck down. It's
Yeah, just to to come as far as he has in such a short amount of time.
especially when he turned over and he did that legs just didn't move thing. Oh,
Yeah,
it was
you
just,
knew it was bad.
God. But
You could see it's not easy for him to walk either.
no,
But he apparently said him doing this.
he's walking.
Yeah, I got a
May
lot
not
of
be
respect
easy.
for him.
But he's freaking walking.
Like, just a little bit at a time.
Well, I think they said that there's a good chance that he actually will walk pretty good again,
Mhm.
but he'll never run or be athletic ever again.
No,
which I mean, in the grand scheme of things, though,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got a
I
young
read-
kid, right?
take it.
I believe so. Yeah, I read the same thing, and I think you're absolutely right. I think that
His
Given-
quality of life
given-
is the most important
Yeah.
thing.
the big picture, yeah, absolutely.
Well,
That's-
he's set financially, and he can live.
That's
Well,
good.
I'm sure he's probably got a job for life for Pittsburgh.
Oh,
They'll find
God,
something
yeah.
for him to do.
I hope so.
Yeah.
NFL, something.
'Cause even if he can't walk or run or whatever,
That
he
lady-
can still. Well, he can
lady's
walk,
in tears.
obviously. He can still.
Yeah, well, that is a pretty
Solid,
cool moment.
It's great. It's amazing, is what it is. Because, like Lance said, when you saw that, I honestly, when I saw it, I remember texting. I think it was Mark. Mark, Joey.
Yeah.
And I think I was like, man, I think this isn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember we were watching the game, Joey?
Wow. Excuse me for 1 second, fellas.
Yep, go ahead.
No problem.
Joey and I were watching the game, and I was just in I was completely in shock.
Yeah,
I was like, this is not going to end well.
Yeah, remember the Jets guy that got paralyzed and he put
Dennis
the thumbs
Bird.
up? Yeah,
Yep,
Mhm.
Dennis
it's just
Bird.
like that. And
I was a kid watching that game when it happened. When my uncle, when he collided head to head with the guy, and
Mhm.
Yep, they had that written all over again. I thought
just
that,
fell to the ground like you were shot.
and he ended up passing away, right, recently from his injuries, right? Dennis Bird, is he the one that passed away, or is it?
I think he did pass away.
I think he might have got infections in his legs, and I'm not 100% sure, but
Oddly enough, one of those guys that was hurt on the field got in a car accident later on.
It was Dennis Bird. That's the
Yeah.
one it was. Yeah,
I
okay.
think so
Yep.
I think he actually died in a car accident. Which
that's
is
who it
the
was.
sad irony of ironies. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, he was killed in a car accident October 15th, 2016.
just to overcome all that.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I was thinking of somebody else, but yeah.
let me
Still,
see, because
that's,
I believe that he was actually killed by a drunk driver, wasn't it?
I do remember that now. Yeah, I think he got T-boned by a drunk.
No, I'm looking it up here.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, his father was the tight end for the Dolphins. I remember him. I'm looking at these
Wow.
Edwards brothers. I remember
Jacksonville's
Farrell.
not playing around, you guys. Their pick's already in.
Yeah. Where are they going? Because I know they wanted the tight end. So are they going to go Wisconsin's tight end here, or Penn State's tight end?
Maybe.
I think you're right. I think Wisconsin's tight end is probably the better tight end. But let's see what the heck they do.
Well, they lost quite a few wide receivers.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Sutton. Here comes Lance's guys going off the board here.
So
at least he's going to the London Jaguars.
Well, I think we can agree. I think we can agree that the big winner tonight is the Edmonds brothers' mom, because she is getting a house, a
the
car.
Edmonds family. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's going to get a beautiful house. It's not going to be in Jacksonville, but
Their father's getting the best concussion treatment money can buy. Yeah, they're
I
going
love
to make
that.
out very well.
Here we go.
People just love booing him, don't they?
If Lamar Jackson goes here, I would not be shocked either. Sutton or Jackson, or the tight end from Wisconsin.
Taven Bryant, defensive
There's the
tackle.
defensive tackle. So, man, that defense gets better.
Wow, that defense.
Gets
Yeah, they
better
just
and
add
deeper.
another monster.
They're
That
like-
defense wasn't one of the best. Yeah.
The rich
they're like,
just got richer.
Yeah, exactly.
This is this kid. Look at this kid's chest. His suit can barely hold his chest in.
Yeah.
That's a tailored
Is,
suit. 'Cause you don't get. You
Jacksonville
don't.
moving up to be one of the best AFC teams now.
Oh, they don't have a winner under center.
I don't know.
This might be their way of saying we intend to beat everybody 10-3
Yeah.
all year long.
Yeah, 5 interceptions and 30 sacks a game.
You know, not that you could do that forever, but they're obviously
Good Lord.
this is a signal that they're invested in defense.
Well, can't go wrong with defense. You know, we all
So-
know that from history.
This next pick is Minnesota, right?
I believe so.
I know they love the guard from Texas El Paso, Will Hernandez. So this could be
Yep.
where they go.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
They can protect their big quarterback investment, their Mr. Guaranteed money.
I'm just
Yeah,
looking at the draft board, and I'm seeing the worst horrible scenario ever. You think Philadelphia's going to take my guy?
Sutton, I'm gonna say no.
Oh,
I think we're looking more at running back, possibly if there's any defensive guys that we think stand out. Linebacker, because I don't know if Michael Kendricks is going to be here after this weekend.
well, I see.
But- I
agree,
Cleveland
but I
is
would-
the first pick
to
of the next
me-
round, so he's got.
The most likely scenario, I think, is trading back.
Yeah, I think there's too many guys. I think there's too many teams looking to move up for us to not cash in and
Hey!
get something else.
Hey,
Raiders
I know
and Bears.
I know a team that might want to trade up. Hey guys, hey, guess what? I got a deal for you.
Yeah. Especially considering the Eagles don't have another pick till
Let-
round 4
let's-
after this.
Let's be honest. Jerry Jones is in bed right now. You guys' night's over. That guy's sleeping.
Mhm, let's
I
hope.
don't know.
Well, Minnesota's pick is in.
We might have had some Metamucil or whatever those
I'm
little
feeling-
guys.
I'm feeling like Will Hernandez is a pick here, though. The guard from
Yeah.
Texas El Paso from
I
TEP.
totally
Yeah.
agree.
Also, James Daniels also could be. I don't know. Do they need a center? Because he's a natural center. He wouldn't move the guard.
No.
There's
I
another
think
team
this-
that's so stocked they can just pick anybody almost, can't they?
Minnesota's
I
not
think
playing
this-
around either. The pick's in.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
I think this guard is probably about as sure a late round, first round pick as you're going to see. I think that they've been pretty much had this pick nailed down, and nothing's happened to mess with it. So I
Yeah.
think it's going to be Hernandez.
Yeah, they don't need running backs. They don't need wide receivers. They don't need defensive guys.
Yeah. I mean, there's.
There's always needs,
Of course, but
but
when you
yeah,
already got starters.
Oh, later in the draft, by the way, Lance, for the Cowboys at wide receiver, there's a guy, the kid that I actually do like, big kid from Notre Dame. His name is Equinemius
Here we
St.
go.
Brown.
I
wide
know.
receiver.
I heard that guy because he's got such a cool name. If he falls that far.
Mike Hughes, defensive back.
Well, it's
from
all it's all flown out the window now. I figured they would go for a corner help later on, but I didn't really think that they would pass on Hernandez for this guy.
Yeah,
Really,
well, I
did not
think
so.
That's
think,
because
well-
they're stacked at corner, aren't they?
I don't think they're
No.
married to Kaywan Short anymore.
But-
they're not. They're stacked at safety with
Okay.
Harrison Smith and the other guy, the guy that Blunt
Xavier
ran
guy?
over. No,
Yeah.
Xavier Rhodes was a corner. What is his name? The guy that Blunt ran over for the touchdown in the championship game. Why can't I remember that guy's
Who do you-
name?
Who do you have
Sendejo.
back there?
Sendejo.
Oh,
is his
Zendejo.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dino's got a question in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm
Joey,
reading
what's
it now.
say?
I'm sorry. He wants to know what has been one of the surprises of tonight's draft for each of us.
I'll go last. You guys can go ahead.
I'll go first, man. The whole freaking draft's been crazy, but I gotta say Baker Mayfield #1.
I got a crazier surprise. Go ahead, though.
All right, that's my craziest because he
Adam?
came from nowhere into first.
And I don't know if I could do this right off the top of my head.
All right, well, Joey, you go next.
Yeah, you got something there, Railroads?
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit preoccupied. I'm
The
sorry.
one that surprised me was the Saints trading up and
Saints.
giving away an extra first-round pick next year for a fucking defensive guy.
He
That's-
took
that's
mine.
I-
He
I,
took
uh,
mine.
That's a shock.
I
That's not a
changed mine
surprise. Yeah.
too.
He took
changed
mine.
mine.
You son of a gun. Marcus
I gotta
Davenport.
change mine too. That was the. I don't know if that's a surprise, but I definitely say that's the stupidest.
It's a fucking head
the-
scratcher.
The thought that I'm going to put out there that I was trying to put together was not like so much that's what has happened as what hasn't happened. Given all the late interest that seemed to be percolating around him, I'm somewhat surprised that Lamar Jackson isn't on a team yet.
Well,
New England's
Patriots
on the
are
clock.
picking
New
now.
England's on the clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this might be the time.
And the Eagles got 32, and Baltimore wants to move back into the first round.
Yeah.
Raiders want to move back in.
Bears still
Bears.
trying.
Yeah, Bears and Raiders don't need the QB, though.
That's true.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't need
Trubisky
that.
and Derek Carr. I almost
And
said
the
David
Bears
Carr.
would
Oops,
have
sorry.
to make one hell of a jump to get up to get back in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the
everybody.
Patriots are giving up this pick here.
Oh no. They'd have to really be like blown away, I think.
I think they got the guy they wanted.
Hey,
They've been
so
sitting here, and he fell to 31.
so
Here
the
we
Giants
go,
are
'cause they're
sitting.
about to make
Giants
their
are
pick.
sitting at 34. They need a quarterback for their future.
Who's this?
The Giants at 34. Lamar Jackson might not have to wait long tomorrow if
Wow, pick
it
is
doesn't go
in.
here.
Yeah.
Talking about building a franchise for the future too. Cleveland and Indy both have 2 picks coming up in the next half dozen or so.
Yeah.
That's pretty
All right.
wild.
See, Jason, I'm looking at it, and I think you're dead on. Philly ain't getting a quarterback. Cleveland ain't getting a quarterback. Giants at second pick in the first round.
Second pick of the second round. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're up.
Ding,
That's
ding,
maybe,
ding.
maybe that's well, no. I was gonna say maybe that's why there's
Unless,
other teams want to
unless
jump,
New
but
England
no,
picks
they don't
him
need
now,
quarterbacks.
he's got to
Hey,
be there.
This is a telling thing right here. Running back Rashad Penny, on being taken in the first round, said it was definitely unexpected.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's putting it.
How
Hey, that's
So-
confident
honest.
can you be?
Yeah.
All right, Dino
What?
is saying who are the winners and losers of tonight's draft so far?
Well, let's wait for 2 more picks to answer that, because New England, I think New England's going to go offensive line here. To be honest with you, I
Take
think
the
there's
kid from Iowa.
no. I don't think they take Daniels because he's locked in at center, and I think they already have a center, right? They have a good center up there.
I don't know.
I believe
I
so.
don't think they're taking quarterbacks. I think Brady's got another 4 years left.
I like this guy. I like Connor Williams from Texas is a good lineman. I think New England might be interested in.
Yeah.
I actually had him kind of ranked higher than Colton Miller, the guy that who took Colton Miller? Oakland at
Oakland,
15. I thought they were neck and neck at one point, but maybe Miller impressed more because he is.
At the
I mean, he is a
combine.
major athletic guy, and he's 6'9".
I
Right.
think they're going to take my guy.
The receiver?
Yeah.
New England wouldn't. I don't think New England would take a receiver this early.
I don't think so either. It would definitely be against type if they did.
Yeah, well, the
And
Eagles
they've
are on
had,
the
Yeah.
clock.
And
terrible
Belichick
luck
doesn't
with
go off
drafting
script, does he?
receivers.
I will tell you if the Eagles trade.
Just,
I'm
oh,
looking.
man. I
You got Denver coming
Don't
back
really
down
know.
the pike pretty soon too.
Yeah, looking at that next tomorrow's draft there. Cleveland, bang, bang again, eh? Jeez.
You know, the Colts have 2 in a row.
Wow. Those are
I'm
some
pretty
nice
sure.
subjects.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a Barkley and Lamar Jackson.
Here we go.
Boo.
Wow, Sony Michel, running back from
Yeah.
Georgia.
Sons
pick.
of guns.
Yeah, jeez.
He's
That
a Swiss
surprises me.
Army knife.
That
Yeah,
surprises
another guy I have to-
me.
I
At
have
least
to
he's
hate.
in the AFC.
That surprises me. I didn't think New England would take a back in the first round. They have a history of
Picking guys late.
Or
Well,
picking up
his
free
comparison
agents.
is Kamara.
he's a hell of a player, man. This kid's gonna have a great career up there in New England.
You know, when a player picks number 1 for their number, that's some balls.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you're pretty freaking good.
The last guy I remember doing that was Deshaun Jackson, wore number 1 for Cal.
Yeah.
What do you think here? Philadelphia Eagles are. Let's see if they keep the pick, but
There you go.
I-
Here's your guys' team.
If they
I
keep
like,
it, I wouldn't
Darius
be surprised
Geis.
if they took the Geist, the running back from
Yep.
LSU.
yep, I like it.
I just hope they don't trade it so we can hear the boo.
I mean, can we bring the Super Bowl, the Lombardi, out onto the stage with us? Is that allowed?
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be
Can
hilarious.
Can
That would
Goodell
be-
present it to us again
I'm
on
all
the
in
stage?
on that. Yeah.
The Lombardi Trophy will announce the pick.
It can't be
Uh,
as bad
Put
as
a little
the,
mic in
Dallas?
front of it.
it
Here's
still
some names
can't
I'm
be
gonna
as
throw
bad,
out
and I
there.
don't know if any of you guys heard it. What the Buccaneers are going to have announced their picks on the third day of the draft.
Oh, sounds like the Eagles may have traded the pick.
Okay.
It sounds like it. Don't take my word for it. Let's see if. No, my TV's trying to turn itself off. The power saver. No, not now.
Tick, tick. Yeah, the exact time.
Here's some names I'll throw out to you. Darius Geis, running back, obviously. Tight end Dallas Goddard is another one. Tackle Connor Williams and safety Justin Reed are players that the Eagles could be looking at.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to think they're not going to trade that pick just to rub it into Dallas that we won the Super Bowl.
Nah, Howie Roseman's all about adding. Honestly, he don't give a shit.
I don't know.
Roseman
I'd
don't
do it.
care about
I'd
that.
fucking do it. Why not?
Man, well, maybe if we're gonna pick our pick and we want.
Oh, you're right.
Trade.
You're right.
But we traded to
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Here comes Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, here comes Lamar Jackson.
Hot diggity dog. Look at that.
Yeah.
And
else
it
would it
keeps
be?
him away from the Giants.
Yep, I thought somebody just told me the Eagles traded the pick, but I wasn't sure if it was true or
Legitimate?
not.
What did the Eagles get?
Well,
I
Joey,
don't know
you said
yet.
this a week ago, didn't you?
I was pretty sure. I'm waiting to see what the compensation is.
Pretty sure you should have said, yeah, I was right. I called it.
I honestly thought the Eagles were going to move up, and it wouldn't surprise me if maybe Baltimore. What did they take? They took Hurst, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if they go Sutton here. Maybe not get the
Mm.
quarterback and go Sutton.
The air
Yeah.
attack, huh?
Have to
Flush
wait
out
and
the air
see.
attack.
They're not wasting any time. The pick's in.
Well, I
Yeah,
hope
it
if they
was-
traded for
I
it, they
think
did.
you nailed
Yeah.
it there, Jason.
I think it's Jackson or Sutton.
And this will
They
close
did.
the first round.
God damn it! I waited 4 hours to not see the Eagles make a pick. Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was.
That's
gonna
why we don't
happen.
ever win a Super. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can't say that anymore.
Finally, you
You
got
sons
one.
of bitches.
Suddenly,
Hey,
it's not enough.
Can we talk about something, Mike? Or I'm sorry, Joey.
Yeah, it's all good.
Phantom name. Can we talk about? Remember when the Eagles brought Howie Roseman back? Who was the one guy that you know who told you that Howie Roseman was the right guy to
You
come
did.
back? It was me. I'm not trying to rub it in. I remember Reuben Frank. Terrible. They should have never brought him back. Diddinger, I think, wasn't really as adamant. He was kind of like, yeah, let's see, because Didinger's not really an asshole kind of guy. But, dude, I told you, though, Howie.
They're taking that fucking wide receiver, aren't they?
Here we go.
Nah,
Here's the last pick of the first round.
Just say it.
To close out the first round.
There
There it is, Lamar Jackson.
There he is.
Quarterback,
Smart.
Louisville. They get their man.
Smart pick.
Yeah.
And getting him at the last pick of the first round is not bad at all.
So he didn't have to sit he sat all night, but he ended up getting drafted. So
He got the Teddy.
Have you
He got the Teddy
seen
Bridgewater.
what the compensation was on that deal yet?
give me a
I'd
second.
like to
hasn't
withhold
popped.
judgment until I see that completely.
I was just wondering because I haven't found it yet.
Okay, while you guys are looking that up, hey, you guys want to do a American Sports Connection Fantasy Football League this year?
Yeah.
I'm
Can
in.
we do standard scoring this year?
Yeah,
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it even.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Just send me an email or whatever, or invite me. Let me know. Message me.
Okay, so yeah, I want to try to get as many teams as we can. We get 20 teams, 15, 8, whatever. But got a while to go. So if you're into it, I'm in.
We
It'll
went
be
all the way.
standard scoring. I'm not gonna change nothing. Just gonna go with whatever Yahoo says.
We got 52, 125, and a 2019 second round pick for
Wow.
32 and
That's
132. We gave them 132 as well.
So what did we
okay.
get again?
We got the 52nd pick. We moved from 32 to 52 this year.
Uh-huh.
We got 125 this year, and we got a second round pick next year.
So a second, a third, and a second next year.
Yeah, and we gave up another pick though. We got a fourth. It's a fourth, I think, actually.
But
Yeah.
still,
We gave up
a second, a
132.
fourth, and a second next year. That's a damn good deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
is.
we gave up a fourth this year too.
Well, they had two, I believe, right?
Baltimore.
No, the Eagles already had 2 fourths.
I'm not sure
before the
exactly,
deal.
but yeah.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of the American Sports Connection Fantasy Football League, Dino won last year. I'm
That's
pretty sure he's
right.
in.
Son of a gun.
All right, so now we can do what Dino had asked: the winners and losers of the first round tonight.
Baltimore. I like what Baltimore did. To be honest with you, I think they got a guy who might be a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield with the last pick of the first round.
Yeah.
And I'm a big I like Hayden Hurst. The losers, the Saints.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, yeah.
Winner for
say,
me, Oh, go ahead, Joey.
I was going to say, I thought Tampa kind of was a pretty good winner. They moved back like 5 or 6 slots, got 2 second-round picks, and still ended up getting the guy they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, they got the Villa guy. He's pretty good.
I think I would have to call Buffalo a winner in that they took 2 picks that were already in pretty good positions and did what some people would call kind of a risky thing. They moved up on both of them, but I think both of those picks were very beneficial. So they made a cavalier move with 2 top 25 picks and ended up with 2 really good picks. So I'll say Buffalo is a winner, and it's hard to come up with an alternative to the Saints as the loser of the first round. It's just too confusing.
I'll throw this out there though. One other loser possibility. It's going to show later on. It's not exactly tonight, but I think Seattle has a chance of being a loser with taking that running back first round when Terrell Edmonds was there, and they need a safety bad.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of needs that they had that the running back, especially there, comes across as pretty confusing. Really, and I hate to say it, Lance, but that Dallas pick at that spot of that particular player, it's not so
you
much.
beat me to it. You beat me
It's not
to
so
it.
much. It's not so much that I was in love with them. You know, I needed them to take a wide out there, but given who they did take in opposition to a wide out, that was kind of deflating.
Yeah, my
Like
winner is definitely Buffalo too. And my losers, obviously, New Orleans trading up 2 first-round picks, basically. Well, they used their one, and they gave up one next year for that defensive guy. But my Dallas pick, oh, my God. If they could have got the other guy, the Rashawn.
The linebacker from Alabama.
Yeah, if you're going to pick a linebacker, take that guy. And we need whatever. Not the best pick for my team, but we'll have to see.
Still a lot of draft left. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, Jason, who was that wide receiver you talked about with that really cool name?
Oh, the kid from Notre Dame, St. Brown.
Yeah.
The
Micrias, or so, he has a really cool name.
It's out there. It's like
that's the only reason I looked at it.
Demontaria St. Brown, or
yeah. And I also seen that Dallas was looking eyeing him up, but
he's a big kid,
guy,
6'5". He's 6 foot. Well, he'll be there. He's probably a late second to third round pick. He's going to be there for a while still. So
is
you
my
guys
second pick going to be there with this maybe Earl Thomas trade? But
true. He may go in the
see.
third though. He also could be a third round pick.
Risk it up. But this was definitely one of the craziest drafts we've ever had, if not.
I had a blast. It was a
I
fun
agree.
draft.
I did too. Unpredictable.
Yeah.
Before we head out, don't forget to check out our social media stuff. Facebook.com/American Sports Connection, on Twitter @ASC Pods. You can also check out our stuff on B Plus Player Radio. Best way to find it is on Twitter @B Plus Radio. One more thing, don't forget to check out our sponsors at the Squared Circle Magazine. You can find them on Twitter @TSC Wrestling Mag. Use promo code ASCPOD and you can get 20% off your order. I actually remembered that now. I don't have to write it down.
Flawless.
You got to say that at the beginning, not the end.
Well, Mark always yells at me, you're supposed to say it at the end so they don't forget.
Well, you should
just
say it at the beginning and the end.
You should just say it like 6 or 7 times. Just jam it in there.
Yeah, there you go. So you don't forget.
There's no such thing as a shameless plug.
No, especially when it's your show.
Yeah, not at all. All right, on that note, we're going to get out of here.
Thanks, guys. That was fun.
Don't forget to
Take care,
like,
guys.
comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff. We'll see you back next time. Have a good night, everybody.